218 Republicans to 213 Democrats. As I always say, it's about the math. Right now, Republicans can only lose 2 votes on their side and still pass a bill, because a tie vote, that goes down automatically by rule.
Fox's Chad Pergram on Capitol Hill. Buck posting his decision online without giving a specific reason, but saying he looks forward to spending more time with family and will stay involved in the political process. Just getting reports that the police chief in Uvalde, Texas has resigned. Daniel Rodriguez was out of state during a school shooting that left 19 children and 2 teachers dead in 2022. The police response remains under investigation. America is listening to Fox News.
Fraudulent tax returns due to identity theft increased by 30% in 2023. If you're in a bind this tax season, LifeLock can help. Their U.S.-based restoration specialists are dedicated to helping solve identity theft issues, and all plans are backed by the $1 Million Protection Package, which means if you lose money because of identity theft, LifeLock will reimburse you up to the limits of your plan. Help protect your information with LifeLock. Go to LifeLock.com and save up to 25% your first year with my name, Clay, as your promo code.
Hear that? The relaxing sound of ambient music in a yoga class. And if you were here, you'd listen to 15 people taking a deep breath in sync. But you're not here. Because your self-care happens out on the road, riding your motorcycle protected by Progressive. So if you ride, get a quote today and see if you could save with Progressive, America's #1 motorcycle insurer. And find inner peace with a different pose called Palms on Handlebars. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, not available in all states.
Crap, the hearing just ended. I mean, look out. We wanted to go live to the hearing. Crap. Sorry. It's only me. It's only the Timmer with Pete Davis, sidekick producer and sports raconteur extraordinaire and the mechanical mangler, and we call him Flounder.
The day I was born.
Crap, the hearing ended. Crap. Man, I wish I could have watched it all day. I saw some this morning. They had to come to work, and then they don't play it in here because I'm working and stuff anyway. But we'll talk a lot. We'll have a lot about this hearing, showing that President Dirtbag is a dirty, stinking liar. They caught him, and the White House tried to change the document before it went public. If Donald Trump had tried to change a federal investigative report on his ability to be a leader and ability to whether or not he should be able to be charged with a crime, if he had tried to prevent that from coming out and tried to change it and edit it, oh my God, there'd be riots all over again. And they proved today that Biden's White House tried to change the document because it made him look like he is a fool and incompetent. Oh, my God. Anyway, Pete Davis, how's it going? What's new with you, sir?
Just, I wasn't on time today, but I usually try and get to work on time, Kimber. You know why?
Well, I don't know why. No,
because I like to hide.
Hide? You hide? What do you mean? You like to hide at work?
Yeah, because good employees are hard to find.
Hard to find. You see if you could find it. Jesus, I swear there's a freaking list, man. There's a freaking list. I'm going to find it. I'm going to burn it. I'm going to burn it. 304. Flounder, what's up with you? Oh, hey.
Right on time.
Hey, there you go.
It's all timing.
Very much.
Oh, my God. All right, well, I'm really ticked off. Hearing you, we'll talk a lot about it. So now that there's kind of the pressure's off because we're not going to go live to it, we'll talk about got to get into the show. It's Tuesday. I think the morning American anal crew, those beautiful bastards in the morning, I think they call it Armpit Day or something like that.
Armpit Day?
Well, Tuesday's the worst day of the week.
No, I love Tuesdays.
Well, now, hold on a minute.
I don't like Mondays, and I hate Thursdays. Just my entire life, I've hated Thursdays.
I don't like Tuesday. Monday, Mondays just sucks, and it sucks. Tuesday is just the beginning of, oh, my God, the rest of the week.
No, Tuesdays is a lucky day to start something. If you want to start something in your life, Tuesday's a good day to do it. It's a lucky day for that.
I've never heard that.
Yeah, that's
some kind of Irish thing.
Roman times, I think.
Roman Irish thing, kind of a Roman Irish thing back in the biblical days of Jesus, I think pretty much.
Jesus
he
said so.
He said, hell, if you people...
You people.
He did say it once. He got mad at the disciples, and he says,
people?
how long do I have to put up with you people? He literally said that to them.
That's right. If you people want to get to heaven, by Jesus, you ought to do it on a Tuesday.
How much longer do I have to put up with this?
I mean, by me, you ought to do it on Tuesday. Instead of saying by Jesus, you could just say by me, you really ought to do it by... Anyway, 306.
For the love of me.
Holy me, I just can't.
For me's sake.
Oh, Lord. Is that bad? We're both ordained ministers.
Yeah, we always say
So
it.
give me a break. Of course, I am the most dangerous minister in America. Anyway, okay, here's the number. 404-741-1230. 741-1230. A million things today. We'll do a lot about this hearing again on the Robert Hur report, H-U-R-R. Somebody say, well, Hur wasn't very good. You know, we're not saying H-E-R. It sounds like, well, Hur had a terrible report. No, she had a terrible report. It was, anyway, so we'll talk a lot about that. And frankly, the Democrats only wanted to talk about Trump. That's all they want to do is talk about Trump and complain that the guy was out to get him. Anyway, we got a lot on that. I promise you. You'll get bored with it. But I couldn't. I wish I could have watched it all. Let's see. Okay. Also, we got that story. We got the transcripts. We'll talk about actual wording of what he actually said. Donald Trump talks about what he'll do to the January 6th mostly peaceful Ashley Babbitt Day protesters if he's reelected again. Sharon Stone talks about a very famous incident in her acting career, where she was told the best thing to do for the movie you're about to be in is to have sex with your co-star. And she names the producer who tried to get her to do it, and the co-star.
Famous.
Real famous.
The producer especially.
Real famous. Yeah, the producer more famous than the star.
Yeah.
Anyway, so we got that to it. Also, the fire department again. The union chief at the fire department in New York has now said, come on, you people. I mean, they're still trying to find. They apparently have not arrested any firemen yet for booing the attorney general. I mean, my God. I mean, it's incredible. Also, a survey on teens and their phones. And 3/4 of the American teenagers say when they don't have their cell phones with them, they feel happy and peaceful. 3/4. But they have to have their phones.
When I go outside now and sit on the front porch at night, dusk or whatever, after the show, I don't take my phone with me anymore.
Yeah, right. And it's and again, the teenagers even agree. It's like, oh, whew, boy, I'm glad I don't have to see what's on my phone right now.
I know.
Or have to react to something that's none of my freaking business. I mean, seriously, that's the problem with that cell phone. It's yesterday's cigarettes, the danger that it causes from people feeling they are forced to react to something they have nothing to do with. It's not a thing. Anyway, okay, let's do goofy stuff first before we get going. I did watch The Bachelor last night.
Oh, so you were the viewer.
Well, no, I think it's still getting some stuff, but I have a couple things. Well, I'll do kind of a review a little bit. Oh, hey. Well, I just liked it, and frankly, I'm not... Well, they did a couple of different things. Shut up. And last...
If you're going to do that, I'm going to do this.
He's going to sniff magic marker. My God. Maybe. No, I wouldn't do that. I'll bet your Flounders got something on the truck. I don't know. I'm just saying. There might be something hanging around.
What you need.
What do you got?
What are you looking for? Let's see. All right, 309. Give repeated Flounder. Let's see. I don't even. Oh, this is incredible. I mentioned this before, and again, it just bothers the crap out of me. I took a picture of it. It was on my thing with the thing here. I'm going through news sources today, and I'm looking up all kinds of news sources. And among the stories, I'm flipping up and down, And here's one of the news items which is available today from Grazia news source. The week Brad Pitt's good guy image fell apart. This is like the 9th time in the last year that all of a sudden the Brad Pitt story when he went nuts on the airplane with his family.
Trying to get rid of him.
No.
It's unbelievable.
It's Angelina and her people.
Holy crap. I mean, it pops up every 2 weeks. Brad Pitt ruined his life with a... Oh, my God.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like you're out to get him.
She is.
Well, even if it's her, it's cancel culture. They're going after him for his past.
But it was years ago. And,
I'm saying he's been sober for, I think, 2 to 3 years.
And he admitted he was a drunk. He was a nasty, rotten drunk, and he did what they said, and it was horrible, and then it was over. I mean, this was years ago. Anyway, whatever. But I just think, my God, I mean, it keeps popping up on the news feed for everybody in the world to say, oh, Brad Pitt, he did something bad years ago. I mean, it's just unbelievable. And we do have Flounder sent this from one of our listeners. I need to get it. Froggy. Oh, sorry. Hold on. I got it. No, let me alone. Okay, here we go. A limerick for the Kimmer. It's not really a limerick in this style, but I'll try to read it like a limerick.
First thing you got to do is critique.
It's so close. Well, anyway, here we go. This is from Donnie. Here we go. Kimmer was the golden bachelor, for the ladies' hand he did fight. He saw himself as their shining light, But when the show got all squirrely, when all the ladies left early and left Kimmer screaming, but I can still drive at night.
Let's explain a limerick
Okay,
again.
you see, normally this is da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Okay, not like, you know what this was.
That's like haiku merging with free form.
It's like origami. You know, you left the wing out.
What's that guy from, not Abby Hoffman, the other guy, who was the poet? The beatnik poet.
I wish you had said it. I'd had. Oh, God.
I can't remember his name.
Oh, no, I hate that. I knew it was. If you hadn't said it, I'd have done it.
Don't worry about it.
Ginsburg, Allen Ginsburg.
Yeah.
Pretty cool. Anyway, thank you, Donnie, for your contribution to the Kimmer program.
We need, by the way, it's Sunday, so we need limericks for this week.
St. Patty's Day.
Yeah.
That's right.
We need limericks. Come up with limericks, folks.
If you have a good, whether it's St. Patty's Day, would
clean.
Be a good thing. Yeah, obviously, you know, there was a young miner named Dave, and you know all that kind of stuff. Spent 20 years in a cave.
If you go to the kimmershow.net, you can submit them there, and they'll go to my email, so I can print them out, and you guys can read them.
Call up,
yeah.
Thekimmershow.net, or give us a call anytime because we're open lines every day. That's what we do.
Grow pair, call
404-7. Well, they're a little nervous. People aren't used to making.
You scare them.
No, people. When's the last time you actually used your phone to call somebody? I mean, nobody does it.
I talk to a friend of mine almost every day.
Well, okay, but you're like 1 out of 7 trillion. I mean, Flounder, when's the last time you actually used your phone to actually call? Well, other than Miss Veronica, because you want to tell her you love her every 20 minutes.
I'll call my dad.
Every 20 minutes or like once every 5 days?
Probably like once a week.
Oh, okay, so use your phone once a week. It's amazing. I don't call.
Well, it's just easier to communicate nowadays through text.
Yeah.
But you don't have to deal with the person.
Anyway, but that's, that's what we're saying. Okay. Well, see, what else am I going to do? I got a million things. Or let me ask you this. Well, I can't ask you now because it's too late.
What you do, Kimmer, there's a tease. I have a question for you.
Oh no.
For who?
Yes.
Well, you just said that
he's repeating what you just said.
Oh.
You could do a tease.
Oh, I could do a tease. Coming up. Coming up.
Hers hearing?
The Kimmer's driving tip of the week.
I know a high school they can use
and
that.
the question of whether or not a merge lane means the same thing to you as it does to me. Next with the Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder, 314 on 106.3.
Start your day the right way with Tug, Rhino, and Los on the Morning Extra.
Rhino, born and raised up in New York.
Yeah, born in Queens.
And is a new son of the South. He was tired of paying them taxes.
Tired of it.
Tired of the nonsense.
Can't drink a big gulp. I want 64 ounces of soda and I want to get fat, so be it.
That's
Give
right.
me all that sugar.
Let me be.
The Morning Extra, 6 to 10 a.m. every weekday morning on Extra 106.3 FM and the Extra app.
Don't miss the Atlanta Mushroom Festival, Sunday, March 17th, St. Patrick's Day at Park Tavern in Piedmont Park. Beginning at 12 p.m. and ending at 7 p.m., this dog and family-friendly event features educational speakers, live music, and over 35 mushroom-themed vendors. Tickets are free with email registration or $10 for Comfort VIP, which directly supports the nonprofit festival. For more information, visit AtlantaMushroomFestival.com or Atlanta Mushroom Festival on all social platforms.
Hey Atlanta, it's Ben, host of the Weekend Ben Burnett Show, proudly brought to you by Peach State Pride. Each and every weekend, we bring you all the issues going on around the globe and what America's ultimate role is in order to drive our agenda forward as conservatives. And if you ever miss an episode, you can download everything I've ever done on Apple, Spotify, or you can go to the podcast park. See you around, Atlanta.
Hey, it's Front Office Lowe's for Howard Brothers. Howard Brothers has everything for your yard. Lawnmowers, string trimmers, edgers, chainsaws, chippers, shredders, hedge trimmers, handheld and backpack blowers, reel mowers, rotary mowers, sprayers, pressure washers, compact tractors. The list goes on. And they sell the best premium brands that will last and not frustrate you when you're ready to use them. Now with 7 locations around town. Alpharetta, Athens, Dallas, Dorville, Duluth, Lula, and Oakwood. Why go anywhere else? Howard Brothers has everything for your yard.
Neil Bortz here. Maybe you've already taken the steps to improve your health, maybe save your life. You're using a CPAP for your sleep apnea. I've been using one for well over 20 years. So right now I'm here to tell you about a source for CPAPs and CPAP supplies here in the Atlanta area. CPAPs, etc. They're in Alpharetta. They have whatever you need. Roddy and Sharon are your CPAP experts, and they'll ship nationwide. More information, cpapsetc.com.
Is this the year you want to grow your business? Do you want to expand your team? Build a new office? Hey, it's Tug, and I want to tell you about First Liberty Building and Loan. Aren't you exhausted by going to lenders, building a relationship, and a week later, you're dealing with a new person? You won't have to with First Liberty Building and Loan. The Frost family has been helping businesses grow since the 90s, and they can help you too. They know the patterns, they know the ebbs and flows, and they know business. Now the Frost family wants to know you. FirstLibertyGA.com. Buying a building, building a building, buying a franchise, or expanding. Reach out and spend 10 minutes with them. See if you're a fit for them and if they're a fit for you. FirstLibertyGA.com. By the way, if you're a young banker and you want to work with a team that's faith-friendly with a culture of excellence, First Liberty might be a good match. Reach out to First Liberty Building and Loan at FirstLibertyGA.com. That's FirstLibertyGA.com.
Did you know one of the best investments you can make? It's in yourself. At My Computer Career, in just a few months, you could start your new career in the high-demand, recession-resistant field of information technology. Isn't it time you invest in you and start a career in networking, cybersecurity, AI, or upskill to boost your current IT career? So, get the ROI you deserve at My Computer Career. No experience necessary. Start now at mycomputercareer.edu.
Financial aid is available for qualified students, including the GI Bill.
I think you might have forgotten what we were going to do to come back there.
That's a better song.
That's all right. No.
So first time in your prime. Didn't you?
Well, that's close. We're working. We're narrowing in on it. No, it's not to worry.
Zero.
I'm totally at the controls here.
Oh, God.
Here we go. Oh, my God. Oh, Lord. Oh. Yeah. Wow.
Oh.
Oh, my. It's, Eric.
It's your Valentine night theme song.
Yeah, right. That's right. Have soup for one, please.
I remember when you made that video.
Remember? I took a picture of myself a couple of Thanksgivings ago having in a
canned
shroud
soup.
with
Having a can of
soup. 319. Eric Carmen is dead. Eric Carmen was, what, 74, I think? Was it cancer? I forgot. I didn't read the story. I'm sorry that he passed away. I don't know much about him other than he's dead. I thought it's pretty much. I know this song. And that's all by myself. I'm sorry.
I know this song, and he's dead.
He was
I want him dead.
I want his family dead. I want his house burned to the ground. Sorry. I'm from the 80s, as I recall. Eric Carmen, maybe even late 70s.
He was
70s. Yeah, I think 70s.
Yeah, 70s.
And by the way, we have to get to this. I'm sorry. And by the way, the hearing is over, so we can't go live. But we'll talk a lot about it. You hear a lot of sound bites here in just a minute. You're going to get all hearing stuff here in just a minute.
Now he's all by himself in the morgue.
He's not. Oh, hey, I'll bet there's somebody in there. Anyway, Pete Davis, when we talked about Eric Carmen passing away. By the way, it's Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder. 320, here's the number, 404-741-1230, 741-1230. Okay, Pete Davis, when Eric, we talked during the break, we were talking about Eric Carmen dying, and you said you thought Eric Carmen was with
bread.
Bread. Okay, now, when you said was with bread, and I said, we looked at Flounder, and Flounder said...
Who is bread?
Who is bread? And then Flounder said... What kind of a stupid name is that for a band?
Bread.
Never heard of bread.
No, I mean, Pete made the reference that back in the 70s, money was a big term used.
Bread.
So,
I mean,
I've heard that, but still for a band, bread.
Never heard the name. They never heard of the band Bread.
And we had that whole discussion for no reason.
Yeah, because he wasn't on Bread. But I thought it was amazing. I mean, my God, the group Bread, if you look it up, I mean, you can Google. They were huge popular love songs and ballads.
Their greatest hits.
Oh my God. Slow dancing. Well, you get a chick put her arms around you dancing to Bread songs or something. Anyway, I mean, but they had. It's kind of like, what were the ones that I play every day?
Yeah, them.
Oh, crap. The one I just had you put in my magic stick that I play.
America.
No, I Love You to Love Me or whatever.
Fleetwood Mac?
Yeah, no. The ones where it goes.
Love You to
The
Love
Two
Me.
Sopranos.
Cheap Trick?
No. The one you just put on my magic
Air
stick.
Supply.
Air Supply.
Oh,
they're
God.
like Air Supply.
They're worse. No. Bread's better than Air Supply.
Well, but I mean, they're the same kind of ballady, harmonizing sort of a group band. That's what I was trying to make the connection to. I have no idea why I even said
like Little River Band.
Kind of like. Okay, all right, fine. We'll add that in there if you like. Little River Band. Anyway, okay. My driving tip, and then first, our 3 o'clock hour, I'm very excited about this, is brought to you by First Liberty Building and Loan. We have a phone call here in a second. First Liberty Building and Loan. If you need financing to grow your business, visit FirstLibertyGA.com. You'll be glad you did. To the phones, I got a driving tip, and then we're going to hear the sound of that hearing today. I don't know whether they're coming back or not. It's probably over for the day. I don't know. They started at 10. Anyway, we'll do it. First, an actual phone call.
Lori,
hey, baby, how's it going? What's up with you today?
Hey, guys. Happy Tuesday.
You too, sweetie.
I've been wanting to call about Letitia. I thought when she got up there and they booed her, my first thought was, she is mad as hell. Yeah. And then the next day, she went after him. I was like, she thinks that nobody likes Trump. She thinks she's in a bubble. She thinks everybody is like her.
Well,
so I love, and I hope they don't come after them.
Well, I so far, the latest thing this morning was that the fire department investigator team said nobody has been charged with anything. They're not even sure what they could charge the firemen with for acting out. Although there is a clause in every fire department contract, and it's pretty much on any kind of business that has people wearing a uniform. There is a clause concerning conduct unbecoming. It's in the military. If you do something, well, you and I agree. But the fire department could say, "Well, you embarrassed our fire department by yelling at someone who was there as a guest, and therefore it's not." I mean, you and I agree. I'm just saying, if they wanted to, they could use conduct unbecoming as the way to do it.
They're going to come after them. They'll probably arrest them.
Well, no, they say that nobody's been arrested or charged with anything, and not even sure what they could do about it. But you're right.
I knew she was mad as hell.
Yeah. You're right. She's a monster. She's a monster, baby. She's a monster and a creep. We got to. Lori, you're beautiful, baby. You'll have a great day. That's our friend Lori. Mm-hmm. She does. She does. Not much gets by Lori. Let me say that.
I'm telling you right now, the only reason to have a union is to back you up when stuff like this hits the fan. And if that union doesn't back these boys, they should all quit.
In fact, I've got it. Well, down in here, my stack somewhere. I have the union leader who says exactly. I got it here somewhere. I swear to God. Anyway, it's in here. We'll talk about it. But union guy says no. You have a right to free speech, and you're not coming after us.
Oh, by the way, I think we have a dead man on the phone who wants to talk about the raspberries. Eric Carmen's on the phone.
Eric, are you there, Eric? Hello?
This is Al. He wanted to talk about.
I misunderstood entirely. Al, you're on the radio. Welcome, sir. How's it going?
Hey, Cameron.
Yeah, man.
You're a Metro Wheels guy.
Hey, Al, Metro Wheels. How's it going? I could use. I got some scrapes on my wheels, unfortunately. It's a little embarrassing. I swear to God, I'm not making this up. I actually took shoe polish and put black in it where the silver was scraped off.
What are you, a woman?
Well, no. I'll tell you what exactly what the problem is on that freaking road from Marietta Highway, and then you go dead end and Atlanta Street in Roswell going to Alpharetta, and it's a 2-lane turn left, and people always squeeze you to the right, and you can't help but squirking up on that right-hand curb. It's unbelievable. A guy almost hit me. I swear to God, I almost got hit by like 2 inches last night. I laid on the horn, and he took my lane anyway, and I had to swerve to the right. It's unfreaking believable. Oh, God, I'm sorry. Al was on the phone. I'm sorry, Al. We're all out of time.
Thanks, Al.
We have to go to a break now. No, seriously. What's up, man?
No, Eric Carmen was with the Raspberries in the mid-'70s.
Ah, yes. The Raspberries.
Not bread, the Raspberries.
Yeah.
You started to play one of the songs earlier, so.
Yeah, I kind of remember them a little. I don't remember much of their songs, but I remember the name Raspberries. Back when, Strawberry Alarm Clock and names like that.
That's a good song.
Yeah, here we go.
Yeah, that's it. Right there.
Go all the way.
This was a big hit. Yeah. Good riff. Guitar. Yeah. Hey, Al, how you doing, buddy? Everything all right with you?
Yeah, just kind of enjoying life, kind of enjoying retirement. So,
outstanding. Well, I wish I were there with you, my friend. And
well, I don't know. I'm on the roof spreading tar.
I've done tar spreading before, and that's no fun. In the summertime especially, oh, Lordy. Hey, Al, thanks, man.
All right, buddy. No, I'm here to set you straight. So, it's what I'm here for.
Outstanding. All right, my friend. Take care. Al, formerly Metro Wheels up there near the Harley shop.
His life on a roof call you and
That's right. He did.
To change.
The people are the best.
Did you just say that some guy hit you with his 2 inches?
Yeah. Oh, hey, no. Last night, I swear to God, it's a 2-lane turn. And the right hand, the problem is when you take that 2-lane turn onto Atlanta Street, coming up very quickly is a turn onto Oxbow Road. And so everybody who wants to avoid going into downtown Alpharetta and Roswell takes the right on Oxbow. So if they're in the wrong lane to turn left, then they have to cut you off to sneak in. And that guy did it last night. And honest to God, I slammed on my brakes, swerved to the right, and he missed me by 2 inches. And man, I laid on the horn and tried to get out of my car to get him, and he took off. That's like the third guy I've gone after in the last week.
Can we please get a sponsor for his Alpharetta Street Report, his narrowcasting to this two-block area in Alpharetta?
A lot of people know that intersection.
I have no clue
I'll bet there's
you're talking about.
I bet there's 9 or 10 people right now who know exactly what intersection I'm talking about.
A third of our audience?
Well, that's a horrible thing for people to do that deliberately. In fact, I'm going to talk later about being cut off and whether a merge lane means to you try to cut a guy off or be polite and wait your freaking turn. I'll do that in a second. First of all, I promised a driving tip, and I'll do it. I swear to God, we're going to do all the hearing sound bites coming up right after the three. We're going to play them all. You're going to hear them all. It's going to be great. Okay. I thought of this today. Here's a little driving tip. Now, if you're in rush hour traffic right now, obviously this doesn't apply. If you're in heavy traffic and you have to watch every 3 inches around your car, that's not you. If you're driving along, if you're going, there's nobody, nobody's tailgating you, you're driving your own business, you're driving along right now, and you're just driving along. Here's something to think about. Instead of looking where you're going, don't look where you're going. Look where you're going to be going. Here's what I mean. If you're looking over the hood of your car, like most of us do, as you're driving, you look over the hood of your car, you're seeing in front of your car, you see your peripheral vision and stuff around you like that. But now do this. Lift your eyes and look as far ahead to the horizon as you can. When you do that, all of a sudden, everything opens up. You're going to do it right now if you can. Be safe. Don't take any chances if you're in rush or if you're bumper to bumper stuff. But seriously, if you're driving along, instead of looking over the hood of your car, look to the horizon. And as soon as you lift those eyes up, you're going to go, "Oh my God!" You can suddenly see everything. I mean, it's silly. It's a motorcycle safety training class course.
And for animals running in the road.
To look where you're going to be going. In fact, you'll fail a motorcycle test if he'll tell you come at an instructor and then he'll flash either a left arm or a right arm telling you to make a turn. But when he throws his arm out where you have to make the turn he wants you to go in, if you don't look first before you make the turn, you flunk.
Is this idiot standing in front of your car doing this?
Motorcycles.
Oh.
Before you get to him, emotions either go left or right. But if you don't look first...
What if you don't see him at all?
I'm telling you...
You just hit him?
Oh, my God. What are you, freaking Larry Munson? We got Larry Munson, came back to life. Hey, it's Morning Joe. It's an incredible story of Morning Joe. And Larry Munson's back here, too. They give me nothing but crap every time I try to do a story and help the little people driving for safety. And he's attacking me and trying to make fun of it.
Run right over the man.
3:30, my God, he'll go you Herschel. So,
drive, Lindsay, drive.
Larry Munson, all right, my God, man.
The Kimmer Show is only live on Extra 106.3 every weekday afternoon on your drive home.
In fact, of all the things that happened for the Afghanistan withdrawal, of all the things that happened, the only arrest or citation has been the father of one of the Marines killed because of Joe Scumface.
The Kimmer Show, every afternoon from 3 to 6 p.m. on Extra 106.3 and the Extra app.
No, I didn't mispronounce his name. Thank you very much. 331. How's it going? Kim Repeat and Flounder, 404-741-1230. You need a safe. You need a safe. You need a safe. And I know I don't have my medical record, so the VA says, nah. It's my fault. I didn't have them. So you need a safe just like I should have had when I retired down to Florida. From Atlanta Safe House. I bought 2 safes from Atlanta Safe House. And unfortunately, when I went down to Florida, of course, it had them bolted into my floor, and I didn't take, we need an Atlanta Safe House for other states. We should do that right now. In fact, go on the website and tell them you want to have a safe sent anywhere in the country, and they'll do it for you. AtlantaSafeHouse.com. These guys don't fool around. Jeff and Mark, when they deliver a safe to you like they did to me, they can actually bolt it from the inside of the safe into your concrete floor in your basement or garage or whatever. And they only use off-duty firemen, firefighters, and police and military folks to give them a little chance for a little extra money as well, just to say we appreciate what you do. And they do. They carry the top brands, Browning and American Security and Fort Knox and Champion and all that kind of stuff. They have pistol safes. They have gun safes, always on sale. These prices are unbelievable. Jewelry safes and business safes and high security safes. And they can build you a vault door. Heck, they can build you a family storm shelter, keeping the whole family safe from Atlanta Safe House. They have a showroom in Ackworth. Check out, if you go on the web, AtlantaSafeHouse.com, check out these, the pistol safes. You may not have thought about that. Instead of just putting it under your seat of your car or in the glove compartment or something, get yourself a safe and secure pistol safe from Atlanta Safe House. And keep the stuff you need to keep safe, including your Social Security card. Tell them the Kimmer sent you. AtlantaSafeHouse.com.
We don't just do foundation repairs. We set industry standards. Mark Beckham here, Atlanta Ramjack. And while not all foundations are created equal, neither are foundation repair methods. That is why you should always turn to Atlanta Ramjack for your foundation repair. We have 40 plus years of patents, innovations, and expertise, and we never recommend anything outside the scope of what you truly need. Simply put, we know how to get the job done right the first time. Book your free estimate at AtlantaRamjack.com today.
Join A Second Chance Bail Bond CEO Daniel Madelon and host Tug Coward for the weekly radio show Back Your Blue. They will highlight special initiatives, criminal justice programs, and community events aimed at keeping our communities safer. Tune in Saturdays at 10 a.m. to learn some good news about and from the law enforcement and justice communities. Tune in every Saturday at 10 a.m. or find it online at thepodcastpark.com or wherever you get your favorite podcasts.
Supplies, including freeze-dried food, water filtration, first aid, and more. They also have a large selection of firearms, including a huge selection of AR-15s, firearm accessories, and ammo at the lowest prices around. They are locally owned and operated. You can visit their store in Marietta on Cobb Parkway or online at trueprep.com. That's TRUprep.com. Prepare today for a worry-free tomorrow at True Prep.
What's your retirement plan? Master Plan Retirement Consultants specialize in constructing plans designed to meet the challenges you could face over the course of a retirement. As holistic retirement planners, we cover tax, income, Social Security, legacy, healthcare, and long-term care planning. Our strategies are designed to maximize your retirement savings and income while minimizing taxes and protecting your assets from forces that could disrupt your retirement, providing peace of mind. A fiduciary advisory firm, Master Plan Retirement, works with you to create the potential for a sustainable retirement and a legacy to be remembered. Join us on our weekly radio show, Retirement Roadmap, every Saturday at 12 p.m. on Extra 106.3 as we discuss retirement topics for today's financial environment. Episodes can also be found on YouTube and on your podcast platform. Find us at masterplanretire.com to schedule your complimentary consultation. Master Plan Retirement Consultants. Plan well and prosper.
Advisory services offered through Master Plan Retirement Consultants, Inc., a registered investment advisory in the state of Georgia. Insurance, tax, and commodity services offered through Fricks & Associates, Inc., DBA Master Plan Retirement Consultants. The aforementioned are affiliated companies.
Pack your bags and join the Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets football team in Dublin, Ireland as toe meets leather to kick off the 2024 football season in Dublin. The Aer Lingus College Football Classic will feature your Yellow Jackets versus the Florida State Seminoles in a special Week 0 matchup on August 24th, 2024. Don't miss this unique opportunity to visit one of the world's most popular travel destinations while cheering on the Jackets on a global stage. For travel packages, tickets, and more information, go to gt2ireland.com. Sting 'em.
Now we're talking. The Nobel Prize winner saw him in concert in his bare feet in 1962.
What?
Really? You should talk about that sometime.
No, I don't want to brag. And honestly, I can't remember whether it was Judy Collins or Joan Baez. I think it was Judy Collins.
That wasn't a prop to tell the story.
It was Judy Collins, I think. I saw Bob Dylan walk on stage at a Judy Collins concert at the Boys Club in 1962 or 63, wearing a farmer's outfit and bare feet, sang 2 songs and disappeared.
Bingo.
Who got the kipper with Bob Dylan? How many guys can say that? I mean, seriously.
Nobody.
Well, there you are. I mean, I think that's pretty cool. Isn't that cool?
Yeah.
Well, there you are. All right, anyway, this is Bob Dylan voted on this day in 2013 into the American Academy of Arts and Letters, making the first time that a rock musician had been chosen for the Elite Honor Society. Officials in the Academy recognized music, literature, and visual art. They were unable to decide if Bob Dylan belonged for his words or his music, and instead inducted him as an honorary member like previous honorees Meryl Streep, Woody Allen, and Martin Scorsese. Bob Dylan, American Academy of Arts and Letters, 2013 on this day. Okey-dokey was a thing there. By the way, I've had to go to a whole new system of birthdays and history because they screwed Flounder out of getting the stuff that he normally gets, so I got to do it. I use my phone here for stuff. Oh, yeah, Froggy! Oh, hold on. Here we go. All right, here we go. Everything was set. On this day in history, first birthday, James Taylor. 76 years old today, the singer James Taylor. He and Karen Allen both live in the Berkshires of New England. Not together, but both in the same spot. James Taylor, 76.
Well, that's a fun fact.
And
where's Eric Carmen not live anymore?
He's dead. The man's dead. He's dead, I tell you.
Are you going to tell us where people live?
Oh, just stop.
Who cares?
Well, I thought about it. You know, I could have run into the guy and his little hottie friend there. From the guy who went on the guy who crashed his plane on the golf course, and then Harrison Ford. Yeah,
I'd rather know where Dylan's living these days. Where's he living?
I have no idea.
Mr. Geography.
I think he's back in. I think he's back in Minnesota. I think Bob Dylan moved back to Minnesota.
Think so. I don't think
Mr. Hibbert, I believe he did.
No.
Well, I'll bet you $19.
Well, you know where he put his what do you call it? Library, where all his stuff is. His museum. No, he put it in Tulsa. He says I do Mid-American music and Americana, and that's where it belongs in Mid-America, like where Woody Guthrie's from. You know.
Oklahoma's not Mid-America.
Yeah, it's where Guthrie was from. That's where that music came from. The folk music from the Appalachians and places like Oklahoma. It didn't come from New York City. Well, and Dylan said that. It didn't come from the coast. It came from Middle America.
Well, I hate it when you yell at me. God.
Was I yelling? I'm sorry. Here.
338.
You're so pretty.
Well, touch me. Get your hands off me. 338. I didn't do a history yet. A couple things. Here we go. Oh, it's the month of the woman, so the day of the woman on this day, 1993. The U.S. Pentagon, that's not it. 1993, Janet Reno, shut up, was sworn in as the first female U.S. Attorney General.
Wasn't.
Yeah, she was. First.
No, that was a man in a dress.
Well, that was not a girl, but she was sworn in as. You know, it's like if you break into somebody's house and steal their stuff, you can say, "Well, I was identifying as not a thief." I was.
It doesn't make you a member of the family when you break in the house.
Right? No, I'm not. I was identifying as your cousin and here looking for a place to stay for the night.
You mentioned last week there was a day. There was International Women's Day, and every year they post the same thing. It's International Women's Day. They show a photo of a scraped up tire, side of a tire,
like mine. Like the rim is all scratched. And on this day in 1994, the Church of England ordained its first women priests, which is fairly bizarre. All right, hold on. I got to erase this. I've got to come up with a new system because I don't like my new system. I got to do with my system here. Okay. Hold on a second. Oh, God, we got to do some of the newsy stuff. Let's do some news bites. Here we go. Okay, this guy Hurd was testifying. I guess the hearing's over. This morning it was like 10 to 3 today. The hearing in Congress of Robert Hur and his testimony before the House Judiciary Committee, which showed, as we talked a couple of weeks ago or a week ago or so, about President Crime Family not being competent. His memory's gone. He was. The story is whether he was should be charged for hiding classified documents, keeping classified documents, lying about classified documents. And this Hur guy is. Let's take cut one, Flounder, Mr. Hur, basically defending how he was trying to be fair and honest from the very beginning when he did his investigation.
Congressman, I do not have the Trump indictment in front of me.
Oops, almost. Hold on. We got like 5 of them, so we're going to get them all in order.
My team and I conducted a thorough, independent investigation. We identified evidence that the president willfully retained classified materials after the end of his vice presidency when he was a private citizen. This evidence included an audio-recorded conversation during which Mr. Biden told his ghostwriter that he had, quote, just found all the classified stuff downstairs, end quote. When Mr. Biden said this, he was a private citizen speaking to his ghostwriter in his private rental home in Virginia.
Well, we're going to talk more about that with Jim Jordan here in a second. First of all, I believe we have another Bob Hur cut also. Was this the Adam Schiff business? These freaking Democrats, I couldn't believe it. I watched the testimony. The very first comment from the very first Democrat was Jerry old Poopy Pants Nadler. He's that big fat squat, penguin-looking little dirtbag who looks like he ran out of toilet paper, so he's taking little teeny steps to the grocery store to find some more or something. Like he's afraid to take a big step because something bad's going to happen. Anyway, he's one of the biggest slime bags in Congress, and he tried to make a point that this guy was biased and mishandling stuff and wasn't fair to the president. Here's a little bit of that testimony.
Congressman, I do not have the Trump indictment in front of me, but I need to address something that you said in your prior question. What you were suggesting is that I needed to provide a different version of my report that would be fit for public release. That is nowhere in the rules. I was to prepare a confidential report that was comprehensive and thorough of an
What is in the rules?
Yeah, what is in the rules? All right, well, now we're getting right to the good stuff here now. The Jim Jordan, speaking of those classified documents, and again, Biden was talking to his ghostwriter, the guy writing his stuff. I think he got like $7 million for his $8 million for his memoir stuff. And he was talking to a ghostwriter, and it's clear that he admitted that he was giving classified information to the ghostwriter. And here's a little bit of Jim Jordan talking about that whole issue.
This is a quote. Joe Biden risked serious damage to America's national security when he shared information with his ghostwriter. Shared it with his ghostwriter, the guy who was helping Joe Biden get $8 million. And oh, by the way, Mr. Hur, what did that ghostwriter do with the information Joe Biden shared with him on his laptop? What did he do after you were named special counsel?
Chairman, if you're referring to the audio recordings that Mr. Zwanitzer created of his conversations with
exactly what I'm referring to.
He slid, if I remember correctly, he slid those files into his recycle bin on his computer.
Tried to destroy the evidence, didn't he?
Correct.
The very guy who was helping Joe Biden get the $8 million, Joe Biden had used the motive for Joe Biden to disclose classified information, to retain classified information, which he definitely knew was against the law.
Yeah. Now, here's the killer. Even worse. And if this had been Donald Trump they're talking about, you can imagine the reaction. Here now, you're going to hear Jim Jordan trying to find out whether the White House tried to interfere with the results of the investigation to try to hide what this slimy president is really like. Here's Jim Jordan get to the bottom of the White House interference.
And did the White House get the report before the report was made public?
We did provide a draft of the report to the White House counsel's office and members of the president's personal counsel team for their review.
No, I understand. And did the White House then, once they got the report before it went public, did the White House try to weigh in with your investigation on elements of that report and, frankly, get the report changed?
They did request certain edits and changes to the draft report.
They wanted to change the report, showing how incompetent the president is. And again, can you imagine if they had been investigating Donald Trump and the White House tried to change the report to make him look better, and that came out today, there'd be people in the streets right now rioting all over the place again, just like before.
We should clear something up here. A ghostwriter is somebody who's nameless but helps you write something. Yeah. It's not Nicolas Cage standing there in a flaming skull mask.
No, it's the story as told to kind of a deal. It's like somebody writes it. You do an interview. He interviews you for months and then he writes your story. Yeah, it's a guy writing it for you. Pete Davis does not need the ghostwriter.
No, I am the ghostwriter.
From the Holy Crap, Texas is Good and Oklahoma Bad study of sports. What is it?
Yeah, something like that. I like the fact fact that Blounder, as you call him.
Well, I called him that.
got my joke, but you have no clue what I was talking about.
I must have missed it. Which one was it?
You ever seen the Nick Cage movies, Ghost Rider movies?
Yeah. Yeah.
Where the flaming skull and everything? Okay.
But that wasn't a joke. It was just Nick Cage did a Ghost Rider.
You thought I was serious about?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
People are, that you don't like people, and you thought they were too stupid to know it wasn't Nick Cage. I'm sorry.
Eva Menendez is in there. She's pretty hot.
I just saw her with, what's his name?
Ryan Gosling. They've been together for years.
Yeah, I know. And you got to,
good for her.
And not only that, apparently they're a fun couple. They goof around, they make jokks.
The best thing she ever did was The Other Guys. You've got to watch that movie.
Oh, my gosh.
Oh, I've seen part of it.
Married to Will Ferrell.
He's flying.
Will Ferrell's married to her, and Wahlberg can't believe he's married to her. He goes, seriously, who is she? Who is this woman? That's the ball and chain here. It's hysterical.
I never saw that. I remember seeing a part where some guy jumps out a window and says, he's flying.
No, it's Samuel Jackson and The Rock.
Oh, let's go jump down and catch him in the trees or something?
They got to jump off a building.
Yeah, that's right.
And they both die.
Of course. They're 20 stories up.
That's funny.
300 feet in the
Michael
air.
Keaton, it's a funny movie.
Yeah, I haven't seen it. I've only seen bits and pieces. I should watch the whole thing. 3:47 almost. Holy cow.
Don't go chasing waterfalls.
No, yeah, there you go. Anyway, so much on this. This is just a scandal. This is horrible. A scandal. Biggest disgrace, political history of America. Once again, here we go. And the Democrats are trying to poo-poo it and say you're out to get him. Well, you just heard the facts. You can judge, and boy, we're not done with this. 3:47, Kim Pete and Flounder. Happy Tuesday. Look out. Here we go.
The legend Neil Bortz is only on Extra 106.3. Hey, it's Pete, and here's what you missed from the Talkmaster.
This is just an easy three-step process with the Democrat Party, okay? They need new voters. So admit these people, first step. Then legitimize these people, second step. Third step, change the laws on who can and cannot vote. Get these people registered to vote as soon as you can.
Catch Neil's commentary every day on Extra 106.3 or listen anytime on the Extra 106.3 app.
Intelligent technology that's more intuitive, electrified power wrapped in sporty elegance. Meet the 2024 Mercedes-Benz C300 sedan. The leader of the pack with a sensual interior, the C300 sedan is a driver's delight and paradise for passengers. Experience the 2024 C300 sedan today. Lease one for just $499 per month for 36 months with $44.93 due at signing. Exclusively from RBM of Atlanta in Sandy Springs. Contact RBM of Atlanta for details on this vehicle and many other models. Visit today to see how to qualify. Special lease rate available only to qualified customers exclusively from Mercedes-Benz Financial Service through RBM of Atlanta Sandy Springs through April 1st, 2024. Excludes tax, tag, title, and Georgia lemon law fees. Contact RBM of Atlanta for details on this and other exciting offers. Visit rbmofatlanta.com or call us at 770-390-0700 for details.
I think it's time to get rid of that old, ugly garage door.
Get rid of it? All it needs is a quick repair. Where's my duct tape and WD-40?
This is Dan Watkins with All Four Seasons Garage and Entry Doors, and let us be the ones to tell you if you need a repair or a replacement. If you have a wooden or uninsulated steel door, a replacement will always pay for itself with energy savings. But if your door is insulated and not very old, put down the duct tape and let us come out to service your door the right way. Head to allfourseasonsgarages.com or give us a call today.
Millions of guys suffer from erectile dysfunction. That's 1 in 4 men. And I can tell you, I'm one of them.
If you or someone you know suffer from ED, Peyronie's disease, or PE, here's 38-year emergency room doctor and founder of Total Body Therapy of Georgia, Dr. Eric Deal.
Patients who enter my office are often frustrated, hopeless, depressed, and embarrassed. I understand the problem, and I'm going to help you fix it. There are lots of competitors that don't have the credentials that I have. When you go to other clinics, you're not going to see a board-certified physician with the experience that I have. When you come to our clinic, you're going to see me. There's just not not one therapy that can solve these complex issues. I'll do a complete history and physical prior to any treatment that we use. Take it from me, Dr. Deal. When it's not hard, it's really hard.
Call Dr. Deal for your free one-on-one evaluation and resolve your ED, Bronies, or PE issues. Total Body Therapy of Georgia, 404-777-1911, 404-777-1911, online at stopmyed.com.
It's a mad world out there, but one thing is certain, everyone is trying to market something. So tune in every Saturday at 3 p.m. to the Marketing Madmen, who, along with a variety of industry expert guests, can help you make sense of it all. Whether you own a business and want tips to scale, or are a fan of the finer things in life and want to know how restaurants, golf courses, and wine companies try to sell you stuff, the Marketing Madmen is your ultimate destination for all things marketing. Tune in right here on Extra 106.3 every Saturday at 3 p.m. or search online for more content. Join the madness with the Marketing Madmen.
Hi, I'm Tara, owner and publisher of Our Town Monthly, where you'll find familiar faces, local voices, and community businesses like Seniors Helping Seniors.
Thanks, Tara. I'm Terry, owner of Seniors Helping Seniors. After losing my father, my husband and I wanted to take our experience and help others in the community. Our mission is to create meaningful connections while fulfilling the needs of our caregivers, clients, and their families. Seniors Helping Seniors helps less active seniors stay independent, allowing them to live the life the way they want to in the comfort of their own homes. We offer companionship and socialization, light housekeeping, meal preparation, transportation, doctor's appointments, dementia care, relief for the family caregiver, and more.
We hire active, mature adults who have a better understanding of the aging process. It's like getting a little help from a friend. Please check us out at shsnorthwestatlanta.com.
What a tremendous opportunity that fills a need so many of us can relate to. Friends, reach out. And remember, our town is your town at Our Town Monthly.
My name is Pamela Conley. I've worked for Bruce Hagen for 22 years. It's been the best years of my life, and not everyone can say that about their jobs. I'm the intake specialist for new clients, so I am the voice you hear when you call our office and the first face you see when you come by. I love sharing my years of experience with people and alongside Bruce, helping them through what is so often a really hard time. My name is Pamela Conley, and I work for Bruce Hagen. Let him work for you. Hagen-law.com.
It just fucking sticks. You can't do a goddamn thing. Son of a bitch. God. It's just unbelievable.
Come on. We all got to sing Michael McDonald here. Come on.
Oh, I hate Michael McDonald. You sing him. Here we go. Yeah, he's not even singing. He doesn't even want a son of his own.
Oh, it's the instrumental version. Thank goodness.
Unbelievable.
This is somewhere under the horizon.
Horrible. I thought we were playing Doobie Brothers.
It is.
I know.
Well, it's a second version
of it. It's kind of like Doobie Brothers. It's sort of the Do Brothers.
The Family Guy does a great impression of.
That's what when the Family Guy is on repeats from like 2012 or something. I watch. I mean, it's outrageous the stuff they used to get away with. Oh my God, the gay airline pilot. I don't even want to say what he did to that guy. Jeez. Anyway, Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder, how you doing? 354. Did I say something bad? Are we okay? Did I do anything bad?
I had to definitely dump something.
Okay. You dumped it, though, right? Am I still working, or do we know? Was it
You're
bad?
good. You're good. You're good.
Whew. Well, I was upset with a stupid piece of crap. Sorry. Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder. I'll be better, I promise you. 2012, Doobie Brother drummer Michael Hosack, or Hossack, I guess, probably.
Thank you. That's unfortunate pronunciation of the man's name.
Died sorry.
of embarrassment.
Complete humiliation by people mispronouncing his name all these years. He was in Du Bois, Wyoming. He was 60. I don't know. What do I know? 65. He was a drummer. Michael Hossack had cancer, succumbed to complications. Kids were there with him. Doobie Brothers 71 to 73 did the hits Listen to the Music in China Grove. So that was it. And it's a shame, and I don't mean to demean in any way his contribution to his family in the world of music in any way. Our birthday, I got a great birthday coming up later. I'm going to save it for kind of a later crowd. I'd like to say, the crowds have a different, the 3 o'clock crowd is not the same as a 4 o'clock crowd.
No.
Anyway, today's birthday that I'll do this hour includes Barbara Felton. Yeah, missed it by the age of 87.
Her name's Feldon.
Barbara Felton, Felton.
It's a T?
Yeah.
I always thought it was a D.
I believe it's a T, Barbara. And she is 91 years old, Agent 99 or 87 or
99,
whatever. 99.
I thought, yeah.
With Get Smart, which is pretty cool. And I got
it's with a D. Feldman.
It is a Feldman. Like I said, it was a D. I probably somebody misread that on my lines of my phone.
I had the hots for her. She was cute.
Oh, she's not my tall and skinny. No, that's not
her face. Was cute.
Oh, she has a cute face. Yeah, cute face. Not my type though. 1994, a famous photograph taken by Marmaduke Weatherall of the Loch Ness Monster. 1994. They confirmed it was a fake. It was a hoax. It was a toy submarine with a head and neck attached to it. I mean, geez, buddy, you couldn't. That's the best you could. Now with AI,
might be the greatest hoax of all time.
Maybe it's real.
Well,
now they've
Nessie's
said
real.
They've said they can't get to all the caves and stuff for some reason.
I've been there. It's deep, it's long, and there's a lot of places to hide.
They say they can't get to everywhere, which I find amazing, but that's what they say.
It's one of the deepest places in a lake in the world.
Yeah. And there's places, and how is it possible that they can't map every square inch of the Loch Ness? I mean, I don't.
Well, they've tried.
Well,
they think they've done it.
I don't believe it. Anyway, 3:56. God, I'm wasting the whole day. Have we got a Flounders Funny? We'll do it in a second.
Can I say something?
Yeah.
At the end of it, by forget the name of the town, at the very end, one of the locks. Yeah. There's a little pub there. Be careful when you go in there because the man hates Americans.
Oh boy,
just hates Americans. We almost threw fists. Let's just put it this way. So
you walk in. Hi, the top of the morning to me, boy. What happened to Jesus?
You're not talking German, are you?
Yeah.
Anyway.
Do we have time to go with these tickets? You want to do it next hour? Let's do it next hour.
Sure.
We're going to give away tickets to this fabulous Shamrocks and Hops thing this Saturday.
Why not do it now?
Well, because I want to do a Flounders Funny. Do we have a Flounders Funny time?
Yes, we do.
Let's do a Flounders Funny, and then we'll do this right after 4 o'clock news. There we are.
A little bit about me, born and raised in L.A. Who else? We're the natives. We're my Angelinos. Oh, a lot of you. Okay. I don't know. I might be the most L.A. person you'll ever meet. My mom's an actress. My dad's a yoga teacher. And I love cocaine. Okay. That's all true. My dad is a yoga teacher. He's also a massage therapist. I got a massage from him the other day.
Oh, no.
Is that weird?
No.
A little bit?
Father?
All right.
No.
Hey, did you guys know when your dad's a massage therapist, a happy ending is when he says he's proud of you? Did you guys know that?
Oh, God.
Haven't gotten one yet, but I'll bet it feels amazing. You know what I mean?
Oh, gross.
What a release.
Thanks, Dad.
My parents are like polar opposites. My dad's a minimalist and my mom's a hoarder, which makes them super divorced. She got everything and he was fine with it. That's how that worked out. Including me. My mom got me. She raised me by herself. My dad left when I was a kid because, as I mentioned, he's a minimalist. Didn't even need a son. Crazy. I know.
Oh, God.
And Marie Kondoed his family. It's wild. It was the drugs, though. My dad, after the divorce, he got really addicted to drugs, especially crack. That was his favorite. Loved his crack. And he used to make his own crack, too. And I got lunch with him the other day, and I was asking him, I was like, hey, do you remember how to make crack? Like, if you had to do it, could you do it? And he was like, oh, yeah, I've done it so many times. You take pure cocaine, water, and baking soda, mix it into a paste. You cook the paste down into a rock. You put the rock in a crack pipe, and you smoke it. And, yeah, that's the only thing he's ever taught me.
Oh, my God. That poor bastard. Who is that there, Flounder?
That is Sean Hamron.
Sean Hamron. All right, well done. Kevin, Pete, and Flounder, almost 4 o'clock coming up. We'll give it tickets away for this Saturday, 2 p.m. at the Wild Haven West End Brewery and Gardens. It's the Shamrocks and Hops, the official after party for the St. Paddy's Day Parade. Give the tickets away next on 106.3.
WFOM and W292EV Marietta, a Dickey Broadcasting Station. This hour is presented by Atlanta's Safe House.
Congress Congress must act on Lisa Brady. Fox News. That message from the White House on aid for Ukraine after National Security Advisor Jake Sullivan announced $300 million in emergency assistance, including weapons.
We cannot provide ongoing assistance to Ukraine without significantly impacting our military readiness, absent congressional action. That remains the case, despite this modest amount of cost savings that we are putting to use on an urgent basis.
Sullivan says there were unexpected savings in contracts the Defense Department negotiated to replace equipment already sent to Ukraine. President Biden saying moments ago the emergency aid isn't enough as he meets with Poland's president and prime minister. The Senate Republican leader today urging the House Speaker to allow a vote on a $95 billion package passed by the Senate that also includes aid for Israel and Taiwan. A former special counsel says his decision not to charge President Biden over his handling of classified documents does not exonerate the president. Robert Hur taking heat from both sides at a hearing where Democrats accuse him of playing politics by raising questions about the president's mental fitness. Both the president and former president could clinch their party's nominations today. Several more states holding primaries and caucuses, including Georgia.
Both Republicans and Democrats are voting in today's primary in Georgia, further setting up a rematch between current President Joe Biden and former President Donald Trump. Despite minor technical problems reported in a handful of precincts this morning, Gabe Sterling with the Georgia Secretary of State's office says all is working.
We can't take mistakes and blow them up into conspiracies. We know there are people who do that. There are grifters who gain from that every single day.
Georgia does not register voters by party, but makes primary voters pick a party for which to vote.
Fox's Evan Brown. Mississippi and Washington State also holding contests. Hawaii has a Republican caucus. Wall Street rallies. The Dow up 235 at the bell, closing back over 39K. America is listening to Fox News.
Fraudulent tax returns due to identity theft increased by 30% in 2023. If you're in a bind this tax season, LifeLock can help. Their U.S.-based restoration specialists are dedicated to helping solve identity theft issues, and all plans are backed by the $1 Million Protection Package, which means if you lose money because of identity theft, LifeLock will reimburse you up to the limits of your plan. Help protect your information with LifeLock. Go to LifeLock.com and save up to 25% your first year with my name, Clay, as your promo code.
Hear that? The sound of water being poured on 800-degree rocks. If you were here in this sauna, you'd be so hot you wouldn't have the energy to move. But you're not here. Because your self-care happens out on the road, riding your motorcycle protected by Progressive. Besides, after a long ride, a helmet sweat is way more satisfying. So if you ride, switch to Progressive, America's #1 motorcycle insurer, without even breaking a sweat. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, not available in all states.
All right, look out. 403, how you doing? It's only me. It's only the Kimmer with Pete Davis and Flounder. Your Tuesday, 106.3. Here's a number, 404-741-1230, 741-1230. We're going to give away tickets in a minute. If you can name a popular Irish beer, which actually also is the name of an Academy Award winner, I think you said?
Yes.
A famous...
Oscar winner.
Oscar winner, okay. But again, a famous Irish beer, and you'll get 2 tickets to go. Well, I'll tell you more about the Shamrocks and Hops coming up on Saturday. 404-741-1230. Okay, now here's a little Metallica right there with a 2010. Okay, so it's Metallica. I even know that myself. 130 people were arrested and 8 went to the hospital on this day in 2010 as fans tried to gate crash a Metallica show in Colombia. 1,500 police and 4 tanks were brought to manage the crowds for Metallica as property was vandalized and destroyed. Thousands of ticketless fans rioted during their first concert in Colombia in 11 years. Metallica 2010. Holy smokes. And I lost my time. See, I got to use my phone now for my history thing because the guy screwed Flounder out of his thing, and I don't have time to write them all down myself. Our birthday list includes Liza Minnelli. 78 years old, and I'm laughing. I don't know. I just
Liza with a Z.
Liza with a Z. My first radio job was at a 250-watt daytime radio station, WSBS. And it was a 250-watt daytimer, which means you sign it on at dawn and sign it off at dusk.
CB radios have more power.
Exactly. 250 watts. And that was my first radio job. I was 19. I was in a speech class. The guy was looking for a part-time jock, a radio announcer, and the speech teacher recommended me, and I went down and talked to him, and he hired me.
Who could hear it? The gas station?
No. I mean, it was over. They took care of the whole town. We had we had constant advertisers. Every merchant, every restaurant.
What are those?
It was a tourist area of New England. I'm telling you, it was. Trust me. Anyway, so
in the Berkshires.
Oh, dear God, in the Berkshires. Yes, thank you.
Isn't that where James Taylor
and Karen Allen both. Anyway. So my first radio job. I didn't know anything about music. I'm playing music. I actually signed on the transmitter. I was taking transmitter readings. He had me bring my 30-30 down to the station because there was a woodchuck digging holes where the transmitter was, and asked me if I could kill the woodchucks if I ever saw him, to please kill the woodchucks. So I brought my 30-30, my lever action Winchester, every time I went to work. Okay, so the first time I was on the air and I was playing records, and I said, I'm not making this up. I said two things. I said, and now. Liza Minnelli with her special rendition of, it's not Liza Minnelli at all, but it was L-I-Z-A, and I said Liza, and of course, I said Lisa. I said Lisa Minnelli. I said Lisa Minnelli was, and he said no. He called me, and I also said Steve Lawrence and Edie Gorham. I think, which is not good. Anyway, Liza. Why did I mention that? Oh, because Liza Minnelli is 78 years old today. See, I brought that right back in line. By the way, our 4 o'clock hour, what's the matter?
People make fun of her, but she was a cabaret,
hell of
a singer.
Absolutely.
In Arrested Development, she was funny as hell.
And she also didn't she do the Judy Blume or whatever that movie? Or not Judy Blume, somebody where she, there was some movie she did as a youngster, and was she did a couple of movies when she was young.
You're thinking about her mother. Judy Garland.
No, Judy Garland. I'm thinking about Liza Minnelli, and I have a memory of her as a 18 or a teenage girl, and I can't remember. I could be wrong. I'll Google it later. The 4 o'clock. It's 4:07. Again, we're going to give away tickets here right now. 404-741-1230.
We already gave them away. We have our winner already.
Oh my God! I can't. That's fantastic.
It's Carrie Hill from Ackworth.
The Ackworth Carrie Hills.
And knew the answer?
Achilles.
No,
Killian Red. Sorry.
Irish beer.
Achilles.
Killian. So close. Very close.
Are you too high?
No,
I swear you guys have mispronounced every name.
No, we're labeling off a little bit. We're coming around.
Labels aren't. We don't like labels.
4 o'clock hour brought to you by our good friends at Atlanta Safe House. You need a safe. You may not know it. Social Security guard goes in there. They have a showroom in Ackworth, and tell them the Kimmer sent you. AtlantaSafehouse.com. For the record. So congratulations on the fabulous Shamrocks and Hops this Saturday afternoon, and I hope you have a great time.
Big party weekend, man.
Well, it's St. Patty's Day. Now, do you do anything for St. Patty's Day?
Well, St. Pete's Day is the day before.
Okay, but now for St. Patty's Day, do you? I mean, you don't go driving into town looking for bars.
I will this year, probably Saturday night.
Now, Flounder, you and Miss Veronica, are you St. Patty's Day people?
We'll probably go have a drink somewhere. I mean, but again, it's kind of dangerous when you're out there in the late evening time. I mean, it's just you got a lot of the amateurs.
It doesn't get dark till 9 o'clock.
That's what I'm saying. It's more fun to day drink.
Well, the last time I went, I was invited by a bunch of girls. I was on the radio, and they said, "Oh, Kimmer, we're going to be at that bar on
Fido's."
Fido's. So we're going to be there, and please come after the show, and we'll look for you and meet us." And I said, "Okay." So I showed up. It took an hour and a half to get in.
Yeah, you got it.
Oh, by the way, every time they come to the door to let somebody in, it's like a limo drives up and 4 hot babes get out and go inside, and you're still waiting for the next. I mean, it's unbelievable. I swear to God, it was an hour and a half. It was like 10 o'clock by the time I got inside the place. Never found the girls. I was so crowded I couldn't. You were screaming. You couldn't talk to anybody. You couldn't get a drink. You couldn't. I mean, it was a nightmare. Why? How is that possibly entertaining or fun?
It is when it's not St. Patty's Day. It's a good bar to go into any other time.
But I mean, any St. Patty's Day bar, it's the same thing. I mean, it's just a nightmare.
Yeah.
I guess. Well,
You know where you should go? And we used to go all the time. We were in college. We'd go down to Savannah because it was still cold up here, and the flowers were blooming in Savannah.
Oh, that's where you go.
So the women weren't wearing anything but bikinis and shorts, and it was just what a party Savannah is.
Yeah. How long did it take to get down there now, I think?
From Atlanta? It takes about 4.5 hours.
Well, it's rush hour right now, so that's not going to work. Anyway, God, it's 409. I've got 409, 409.
Formula 409.
Formula 409. Well, no, I was thinking of the car. You're thinking of the cleaning fluid. Oh, my God. Boy, there's a difference in ages, isn't it? Holy crap. You say 409, Pete Davis. Well, the cleaning fluid, 409 with the Mr.
I'm a child of television.
And I think about that first 1962 409 Chevy with his stick shift, the stick shift on the floor, 4 speed on the floor, 4 on the floor anyway. Man, this business with this hearing today, if you've got to check this out later and I wish we could have played the whole damn thing for you. It's clear that this guy, Robert Hur, in his testimony today, proved beyond reasonable doubt that Joe Biden lied, that he knew exactly what was going on. He deliberately missed. There were 7 different locations, 7 places that he had classified documents which were not secure. 7, including Pennsylvania University, a place where the Communist Chinese were in charge of it. 7 places.
7.
Yeah. And hell, at Mar-a-Lago with Trump, at least you had Mar-a-Lago's not exactly accessible. Nobody gets to Mar-a-Lago. That was pretty safe that nobody just can walk in there. Anyway, and again, they also proved that not only did he reveal classified information with his ghostwriter, the guy writing his stories for him, and the ghostwriter erased the evidence when it became clear that he was being investigated. So Biden knew all about that. He deliberately did it. And it's clear that the White House tried to block the release of the report without being edited. Can you imagine if that had been Donald Trump?
Yeah, pressure.
We'll play some of those sound bites again later. We'll move on a little bit here to another. Actually, a couple things. I'll read a little bit of the transcripts that show. Again, these are the actual words of the interview that this guy Robert Hur did with President Crime Family. Let's see. Biden asked to himself during the sit-down October 8th, quote,
bingo.
We got him. We got a sneezo. We got a sneezing cougho. He did another one. Damn it. Joe Biden's testimony to the guy investigating. Quote, what month did Bo die? Biden asked himself. Oh, God, May 30th, he seemed responded, but the president had to be reminded about the year his oldest son died because he couldn't remember. A White House attorney stepped in to say it was 2015. Oh, was it 2015 he died? Biden again questioned out loud. Was it 2015 he died? And then he said, was Donald Trump elected in 2017? Another White House attorney jumped in and said, no, it was 2016, sir. Oh, and this was directly contradicting Biden's fiery denial that it ever even occurred. Remember his fiery tirade from the White House. I know what I'm doing. My memory's fine. How dare he ask me that question about Bo? Well, actually, Biden brought it up. The guy never asked a question about Bo. He couldn't remember the details of where the classified documents were at his home. A tranche of boxes behind a rocking chair. And Biden said, I have no GD idea. I didn't even bother to go through them. I don't recall doing that, he insisted. I couldn't remember finding any classified stuff downstairs, even though he told that to his ghostwriter. The only thing I remember is I wanted to be clear to him I didn't want what he just heard me say. I didn't want any of that mentioned. It was confidential. He just admitted to the interviewer that he was giving classified information to his ghostwriter, and that the ghostwriter erased it when he found out he was going to be investigated. Holy crap!
Nothing is ever really erased. It's somewhere.
Where the hell are my?
Yeah, I don't know why you threw your glasses on the floor like that.
My reading glasses. I don't really need them. I've heard tiny stuff.
Because you look so good in them. That's why you wear them.
Well, yeah, because I'm so handsome. But again, it was just unbelievable. He couldn't recall any of these details in the classified documents. A couple more. He says, I don't remember how it got there. Don't remember how the box got in the garage.
It's magic.
Lord. And Hur said, well, the problem was that we have to decide whether the president had intent to break the law. So that's why he didn't charge him. Sounds like when Jim Comey said, oh, well, Hillary, didn't really intend to break the law, so we're going to let her go. And now this guy lets him go. How come it's only the Democrats who seem to get a break on this stuff? Isn't that ironic? We got more coming up. 4:14, Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder.
It's
time for the Bortz Report, brought to you by Southern Exteriors, the Southeast premier home exterior solution. Quality and precision you can rely on for over 20 years. Visit southernexteriors.co.
I am well retired 11 years now. So for those of you who think I should write another book and that number is dwindling, why would I want to undertake that again? But then last night, something occurred to me. An idea for a book. I couldn't fight it. There it was, interrupting my sleep. A book about lies. A book about lies politicians tell us in order to subjugate us and maintain their power. You want some examples? There's a couple of big ones. Your Social Security is protected because there's a Social Security Trust Fund. Yeah, there isn't. You have a right to vote for President of the United States. No, you don't. Racism is one of the biggest social problems we face in this country. No, it's not racism. It's something else. You're being lied to. Corporations pay taxes. We've covered that here this week. No, they don't. They collect taxes and pass them on to the government. Just short, simple explanations of the lies that our politicians tell us. The reason they spread that stuff and how we could hold them accountable. Since the 1952 presidential election, Democrats, for instance, have told us the Republicans want to take away your Social Security. And they're telling us that now, because the idea of having retirement money snatched away from you just as you're finishing your work life is one of the most frightening things you can imagine. And if it's that frightening, let's use it to scare the voters. It's the truth about Social Security that would make you scream. Please, don't encourage me to write this book. I have a tea time. Neil Bortz, Extra 106.3.
Hey homeowners, Tug here with some exciting news. Southern Exteriors is your one-stop solution for top-notch exterior services, from roofing to siding, windows, gutters, and more. No more waiting. They can start on your project immediately. And with an in-house warranty division, Southern Exteriors stands by their work for years to come. From leaky roofs to faded siding, trust Southern Exteriors for a quick and lasting transformation. Don't wait. Transform your home today. Call 877-9-SOUTHERN or visit southernexteriors.co now. Southern Exteriors, quality and precision you can rely on for over 20 years.
Hey there, it's Janelle King, host of The Janelle King Show, right here on Extra 106.3 FM, where we are unafraid and unapologetic. We explore the topics that matter the most. You can catch us on Saturdays at 4 p.m. and encore episode on Sundays at 9 a.m. And catch up on past episodes by going to the podcast park right here at Extra 106.3 or wherever you get your podcasts every single Tuesday. Until then, stay unafraid, stay unapologetic, and never stop seeking the truth.
Hey homeowners, Tug here with some exciting news. Southern Exteriors is your one-stop solution for top-notch exterior services, from roofing to siding, windows, gutters, and more. No more waiting. They can start on your project immediately. And with an in-house warranty division, Southern Exteriors stands by their work for years to come. From leaky roofs to faded siding, trust Southern Exteriors for a quick and lasting transformation. Don't wait. Transform your home today. Call 877-9-SOUTHERN or visit southernexteriors.co now. Southern Exteriors, quality and precision you can rely on for over 20 years.
Join A Second Chance Bail Bond CEO Daniel Madelon and host Tug Coward for the weekly radio show Back Your Blue. They will highlight special initiatives, criminal justice programs, and community events aimed at keeping our communities safer. Tune in Saturdays at 10 a.m. to learn some good news about and from the law enforcement and justice communities. Tune in every Saturday at 10 a.m. or find it online at thepodcastpark.com or wherever you get your favorite podcasts.
You shouldn't need a degree in finance to choose a checking account. That's why we made Truist One Checking. No trade-offs, no compromise, no hassle. Just the stuff you want from a bank that cares. And that means no overdraft fees, lots of practical perks, and automatic upgrades. Truist One Checking. One simple choice. Visit truist.com/one. Truist.com/ONE. Truist Bank, member FDIC.
Home is here. It's this place. It's this team.
Though our hometowns and backgrounds may be different,
It is here that we are one.
Whether we're sitting side by side in these seats or watching from hundreds of miles away,
we share one heart and one home.
We are
Braves country.
March is the month of marriage, and we're celebrating at Solomon Brothers Jewelers with our annual Marry Me March event. Hi, I'm Jaron Solomon from Solomon Brothers Jewelers, and we are here to help couples tie the knot this month with engagement rings and wedding bands at this year's best prices. All this month, we are offering savings of up to 60% off rings and wedding bands from our top designs like halos, the hidden halo, single shared prong, double shared prong, and every design you can imagine in our store. Choose from our selection of hundreds of beautiful rings in every budget or hand design the ring of their dreams. Remember, no matter the price, you'll find something nice. So don't miss our Marry Me March event going on all this month and save up to 60% off engagement rings and wedding bands. Visit us today in any of our 3 showrooms on Peachtree Road in Buckhead, Old Milton Parkway in Alpharetta, and now in Peachtree City. Or shop online at SolomonBrothers.com or on Instagram at Solomon Brothers.
Yeah, it's gone back a little bit. Kind of a sad story here. The old Muddy, the Mud Boy. I don't know. It's understood in 2004, Rosalind Morganfield, the 34-year-old daughter of blues artist Muddy Waters, the daughter surrendered to police after a warrant was issued accusing her of being involved in the 1996 murder of 19-year-old Timothy Jason Harrington during a drug deal. Muddy Waters' daughter arrested and surrendered to police 2004.
Where's Muddy Waters live?
He lives in Fayetteville, New York. It's an incredible story.
No,
it's right outside of Syracuse.
Chicago.
Oh, Chicago.
Is it Chicago?
Mississippi. New Orleans.
There ain't no Chicago blues without Mississippi. I hate to tell
Cincinnati,
those people that. But,
we don't know that. Well, while you look that up.
Oh, by the way, Rhino just tweeted a picture of he's out having dinner.
Is he naked again? Dear God. He's got potato pops?
No. He's out enjoying a nice early dinner. What are you, 65 years old? Got to have the potato dots. He's having, what is he, at the Morrison's Cafe?
You can eat, baby.
It's 4:21 in the afternoon. He's already having dinner.
It's the early bird special.
Try the green Jell-O.
All you can eat, $4.99.
Is it tapioca night?
The steak is $2 extra.
Who the hell eats dinner at 4:30 in the afternoon on a Tuesday?
I would. Working at morning radio, you kind of have a different schedule, so you're eating dinner earlier.
My whole career was morning radio. I used to get up at 10 after 2.
I mean, there's a lot of times I'd go sit at the bar and get a drink around 4:35 and have a dinner and have a drink and then head home and probably pass out around 7. I mean,
there you go. Morning radio is quite
love it.
Oh, before your time.
That's so. Rhino's he's upright and mobile. That's always a good sign. Our birthday list today includes the hideous Mitt Romney. Is 77. That turncoat dirtbag.
He is.
And on this day in history, I've got to go to Mr. Phone here because I'm
magic underwear wearing
format here. 1933, President Roosevelt gives his first fireside chat. It's a radio broadcast, his first one 8 days after his inauguration, telling the American people to keep faith with their country and their banking system. Again, this is 1933. President Roosevelt, first fireside chat, said, "Leave your money in the bank where it will be safe." His chats to the people through these fireside chats on this day and future days were made friendly and informative, but keeping them easy to understand by all, and many consider helped him win an unprecedented 4 terms, serving his country for 12 years and 39 days. This was the fireside chat about the fall of the banking system. And he said, keep your money in there. It'll be okay. And there you go, fireside chat. 404-741-1230, kind of like what we do today. 404-741-1230. Let's see. Oh, here we go. President Stupid's done it again. The other day, he was talking to people. He was in New Hampshire, Democratic headquarters, Manchester. And among other things, he was telling his supporters, we're going to do the Biden cut here, Flounder. He was telling his supporters, well, you know, if you send me back to Congress because we got so much more work to do here to make sure we can get the border issue. Send him back to Congress. Send him back to Congress. And he also said this at the Democratic headquarters after he got done, and he starts his typical wandering around and then admits what an idiot he is.
And now they shuffle him out.
And guess what? They shut down the They also turned off the TV monitor and said, "Oh, that's it," and walked him out. I mean, this is my God, he actually asked if he's allowed to take questions. The president. He thinks it's funny. I mean, he honestly thinks he's like a cool old grandpa. I'm gonna play with a I'll pull her little ponytail and kiss her on the cheek because everybody's so cute and I'm just a funny old happy old man. Can I take am I allowed to take questions? How could you even joke about that?
They're afraid they'll ask him about the inflation report today, which is 3.2% is up
again.
Did you know that since he took office, energy for heating and air conditioning your home is up 35%? Since he took over. Car insurance is up 45%.
Again, when you talk about inflation, when it says this month inflation's up 3%, it doesn't mean that inflation is 3%. It means it's 3% higher than it used to be. So, it went up again, it's unbelievable. It's not like, inflation's only 3%. That's not bad. No, you don't understand.
Since when did Build Back Better become empty shelves?
It's unbelievable.
And unbelievable prices.
Well, in fact, I'm going to mention a couple things about President Stupid. The other day, I need to, my hose broke. I wash my car probably 3 days a week. And I got a hole in my hose, and it was squirting, so I needed to get a new hose. So I went to Lowe's. I hadn't been to Lowe's in years and years and years. And I went to Lowe's and I walk in and there's 3 greeters in vests standing right there. They may not have been greeters, but they were standing there. So they weren't working. They were standing there. And I think 2 of them actually were greeters. And the third guy was standing there with them. And I said, "Oh, hey guys, how you doing?" He said, "I said I'm looking for. I needed something in hardware." And he said, they pointed and said, "Okay, that's number 31." And in Lowe's, every section of the store, as you go down an aisle, has sections labeled off with numbers. And so he said, so I could see 1 through 10, and over in the left had to be 10 through 20 and stuff like that. So I had to go. So he said, it's over there, number 31 for what you want. So instead of helping me, showing me, seeing what brand I wanted of the various things, they pointed to have me go by myself. Mm-hmm. And I went over to 31 and I looked around. I didn't quite see it. And I looked around and I finally found what I was looking for by myself. And then I came back and I said, I also need a hose, wash my car. That's regular garden type hose. And they said, oh, that's in the garden section, and pointed over there. Okay, standing where they were the whole time while I'm doing, and pointed over there. So I walk into the garden, and the garden section's a whole new room, Mm-hmm. I go through the doors into the garden section. Nobody's in there. Okay, so again,
there's never nobody
in there. So I look around. I go shopping by myself, trying to find what I want, and then I couldn't find the nozzle that goes on the hose to squirt and change the spray and stuff like that. I needed one of those, and so I had to go looking for that in the garden section. Finally found, after several walking around, they finally found what I wanted and went back and checked out. But I thought to myself, that's it now? That's what they do? They just point and you go find it?
It's been that way for years.
Well, anyway.
When we worked at Blockbuster in the 80s, we were told
you had to go with them.
No. You were told not to make eye contact with the customers.
Oh, really?
And to not walk them around.
I think you told me
and
this
I remember saying to this is a good way to go out of business. You know that, right?
Yeah.
Oh, no, this is the way we've done studies. This is the way because it was out of L.A. Basically, that's how it ran everything. I was like, you guys are doomed.
Were they afraid of offending customers or getting too personal?
No,
or what was
they thought it was more important that you were cleaning the shelves and restocking.
They didn't want you to go bother looking for stuff.
They didn't want you to stop and talk to a customer. Wow. It was insanity. And you know what else did that? Borders did that.
Yeah, I remember. Yeah.
They were more intent on selling chocolate instead of pushing the books.
That's right. At that front, at the checkout, the
that's
register.
all they told us.
I remember
the chocolate.
I remember looking for CDs or tapes or something, and a couple of books or something, and man, I was lost. I didn't know where to go. I didn't know, and nobody to point me out. I was horrible. Oh, my God. 429. By the way, one reason they talk about President Stupid Face not answering questions or talking to the press. The reason that First Lady Jill, the enabler, makes sure that she's holding his hand when they travel on Marine One, the helicopter, and making sure when you've noticed that she holds his hand to make sure that he will not stop at the press roped off area to answer questions. That's her role as First Lady, is to lead him away by the hand from the press.
Okay,
right here.
If we reelect this bumbling, dangerous, corrupt boob, it is literally the end of the republic.
It's 4:30.
And we get what we
deserve. Think about it, really.
Well, I was talking to my friend yesterday. He goes, there's no way he can win again. If he wins, it's stolen.
Yeah, that's right. He hid in the basement. They're trying to do it again. Hide the secrets. Anyway, Kimmer, Pete and the Flounder, 4:30. Here we go.
From the latest breaking news to the conservative voices you know and trust, your best new follow on social media is Extra 1063. We're at XTRA 1063 on Twitter, Facebook, TikTok, Threads, and LinkedIn, and pretty much any social media you scroll through every day. And we drop exclusive giveaways, new daily content, and the latest breaking news from Georgia and across this great nation. Interact with your favorite Extra personalities. Get the latest on our live events and so much more. Follow at Extra 1063 across all your social media and keep up with Atlanta's only conservative voice.
Hi, I'm Mark Beckham with Atlanta Ramjack. We specialize in only foundation repair. What makes Atlanta Ramjack special is the crews. Our crews are the most experienced people in the industry. Foundation repairs has many aspects. We do helical piers, hydraulically driven piles, we do polyfoam injection, we pressure grout, we do carbon fiber reinforcement. There's multiple solutions to foundation repairs. If you see any signs of foundation issues, please contact us at atlantaramjack.com.
True Prep on Cobb Parkway is your one-stop shop for emergency preparedness supplies, including freeze-dried food, water filtration, first aid, and more. They also have a large selection of firearms, including a huge selection of AR-15s, firearm accessories, and ammo at the lowest prices around. They are locally owned and operated. You can visit their store in Marietta on Cobb Parkway or online at trueprep.com. That's TRUprep.com. Prepare today for a worry-free tomorrow at True Prep.
Hey, Atlanta, it's Mark from the Safe House. And now, the security riddle of the day. What's less secure than a fake safe from a furniture or big box store? Joe Biden's fake border policy, of course. But hey, there is good news. This time next year, Joe Biden will not be president. So drop by Atlanta Safe House and check out the largest selection of safes in the Southeast. Build a wall around your valuables with a safe from the Safe House. We have certified delivery crews to install your safe. With over 30 years in the safe business, the Safe House is the place to buy safe in Georgia. So go to atlantasafehouse.com.
I enjoy a good night's sleep, and I like to breathe while I'm sleeping. My wife appreciates that, too. That's why I wear a CPAP. You want the right machine. You want expert advice. You want all the supplies that go with it. You get it all at CPAPs, etc. in Alpharetta. Machines, masks, tubing, filters, cleaning supplies, all of it, and they ship nationwide. Walk-ins, by the way, are welcome. CPAPs, etc. Alpharetta, CPAPSETC.com.
Hey there, it's Janelle King, host of The Janelle King Show, right here on Extra 106.3 FM, where we are unafraid and unapologetic. We explore the topics that matter the most. You can catch us on Saturdays at 4 p.m. and encore episode on Sundays at 9 a.m. And catch up on past episodes by going to the podcast park right here at Extra 106.3 or wherever you get your podcast every single Tuesday. Until then, stay unafraid, stay unapologetic, and never stop seeking the truth.
Central Heating and Air Conditioning wants you to know the start of the new season is the perfect time to ensure your home's comfort. Don't wait like most people do to have your HVAC system serviced. Your home should have maintenance twice a year. Maintenance helps keep your system running at peak efficiency and extends the life of your equipment. So turn to Atlanta's Carrier experts for your system's maintenance at 770-GET-HEAT or centralheat.com. With Central, you get Carrier products, Carrier warranty, and Carrier peace of mind. Plus, you know what's going to be here before you know it? The heat. It's allergy season, and Central Heating and Air can fix what ails your house and possibly your family with home ventilation and air quality products. Central has packages designed around health using variable speed, fresh air ventilation, air cleaners, air purifiers, dehumidifiers, and more. Central Heating and Air is one of the few second-generation, locally owned and operated HVAC companies in Atlanta. With Central, you're not just a number, you're a member of the family. It's been that way since 1947, and they've serviced over 100,000 customers right here in Atlanta. Call 770-GET-HEAT or go to centralheat.com. That's centralheat.com.
At the Piedmont Bank, we're proud to be one of Georgia's largest community banks, focusing on serving businesses and the communities they serve. With headquarters right here in Metro Atlanta, our tailored banking expertise and solutions help meet the diverse needs of our customers so they have what it takes to grow, expand, and thrive. It's what elevates us above the rest. Find a location near you at Piedmont.bank and experience elevated banking for you and your business. The Piedmont Bank. Banking elevated. Member FDIC and equal housing lender.
All right, I got now. It's only me. It's only the Kimmer with Pete Davis and Flounder 106.3. And Rick Astley started a 2-week run at number one with a singles chart with Never Gonna Give You Up. Also number one in Britain. It's a big hit song. Thank you. All right, fine. The disgusting Jake Tapper, 55 years old.
Tapper?
I barely even... Oh. Jake Tapper, 55 years old. And oh, my damn... You know, my... Oh, what? I don't know what that was.
Jake Tapper.
Is that a song?
So you played Backdoor Man?
Tap that at...
I don't know what you're saying.
That's a stretch.
I have no idea what you're saying. And tap that.
Keep moving.
Okay. That's like a
tap that app to listen.
Tap that app. Yeah, the 106.3 app. Tap that app. That's what he was playing. It's a radio station, a promotional thing here at 106.3. I bet you probably. All right, hold on a second. I know I got my history list here. I got it right here on my phone. I don't like this whole new format. I got to get my phone involved in all this history stuff. 1930 on this day, Mahatma Gandhi, the Mahatma, and his followers begin a 200-mile march to the salt beds of Jalapur to campaign against British tax on salt. It was a beginning for the fight for Indian independence from Great Britain. You saw the movie Gandhi, perhaps? What must also be remembered, he was 61 years old and marched 200 miles, actually more than that, in a peaceful march as a form of protest.
Would the British ever figure out that taxing the colonies just doesn't work out?
I mean, you'd have thought, this was a long after hours situation. Jeez, the Stamp Act. I mean, that didn't turn out too good, the tea thing and the whole deal. Anyway, God. 437. Trucker John, hold on one second. By the way, just saw on the news, another Republican congressman is quitting Congress early, leaving. Colorado guy, what the hell for? He said, I want to spend more time with my family. Why are you leaving now? What do we have, like a one guy, a majority now in the House? What the hell is going on? This is now the second guy that quit.
It's the Republicans. They're incompetent.
Oh, I forgot. Oh, God. I mean, I don't get it. What the hell are they doing?
They could screw up a one-car parade.
I mean, seriously, what's the hurry? What, 3 months? You can't wait 4, 5, 3? I mean, my God. And not only that, they must have something on. He got caught doing something.
Or he paid off.
Yeah. There's something bad.
He'll be a lobbyist. And in a year, he'll be a lobbyist for somebody.
Which they have to outlaw that whole deal.
They have to.
538 with the Kimmer, Pete, and Flounders. To the phones. Trucker John, you're on the radio, man. How's it going? What's up?
Hey, Kimmer, Semper Fi.
Yes, sir.
Wanted to talk about, you were talking about your little escapade at Lowe's.
Yeah.
The next time you go in there and that happens, I used to work there a long time ago, and they are not allowed to do that. They have to go through special training and everything. They are supposed, if you ask them a question, they are supposed to take you, no matter what department they're assigned to. They are supposed to take you to the area where it is, help you find what you're looking for, ask you what project you're working on. If there's anything else they can help you with, the whole spiel.
That's what I thought. I remember that happening. I thought maybe that was at the Home Depot or something. I remember saying, here, let me show you. And they walk you where you're going.
Yep, that's exactly. I mean, that's what sets them apart from the orange guys.
Yeah.
So,
well, then not anymore.
The next time, the next time that happens, go to the customer service desk and ask for the MOD manager on duty, and tell them you'd appreciate some Lowe's personalized assistance, and they'll help you out. I'm sure.
I kind of felt bad. I didn't want to say anything, and if I go again, I probably would still not want to get anybody in trouble. But I thought it was weird that they literally just turned and said, "Oh, it's number 31," and it was way over in the which is fine. I mean, at least they showed me where it was. But I would have really appreciated it if someone had said, "Let me make sure that we have what you're looking for," something like that. You know what I mean? It was a device. It was a mechanical thing for the tank stuff in the kitchen, whatever. Anyway, I was hell. They do it in Publix.
31's a long aisle. I mean, that's 60, 70 foot long.
It took me a while. I mean, I was there for a while. Anybody here? I mean, hell, they do it at Publix. If there's a guy stocking shelves at Publix, and I say, "Hey, can you point me toward the, whatever?" He says, "Oh, here, I'll show," and he takes you there. I mean, Publix will walk you to where you're going, but they're loading shelves anyway.
And tell Pete not to crack any jokes like that just before I come on the air. I was trying everything I could to keep from laughing when he said the Republicans would screw up a one car parade.
Well, and he's right. Unfortunately, it's not even funny. It's so funny, it's not even funny. Hey, thanks, Trucker John. I appreciate it.
I don't know what's going on with our party, but
it's
they need to get their
collective
ducks in a row.
Yeah, thanks, man. I appreciate it. Again, the guy quit Colorado Republican. We can't. I mean, what's going on? He says he wants to spend time with his family. That's ridiculous. I mean, 4 months before the election?
Maybe he loves his family.
Please.
He misses them.
Something bad's going on. I mean, this is like the second one, and there's more guys who are announcing they're not going to run again, too.
If you're big, unless somebody's sick in his family, and we don't know that, but if you're that big of a P word, why did you run in the first place? Your country needs you right now. You have a very thin majority in the House, and you're basically handing votes over to the Democrats that are going to screw this country for your family and your kids. And why would you do that unless someone's sick?
And it's only, he would have,
No, you don't necessarily say something like that.
Okay. Well, obviously, if it's a legit thing where but again, I mean, unless somebody, how much longer is this going to go on? Only a few months. Like something bad's going to happen right now.
Sometimes
it could okay. If the reason is that he's got to be with his sickly wife who's passing away in the next 10 days or whatever, then then he could take a leave of absence. I still, the whole thing just seems a little fishy to me. But again, it's only a 2-year commitment in the first place. If you
they need to find people made of sterner stuff that won't quit on the job. I can understand not running again, but this quitting on the job.
I don't get it. And especially, what's his name, who's one of the big shots of the freaking Congress.
And think about it. That Trey Gowdy that they always put on Fox and everything, he was a quitter. Yeah. What was the other guy from Utah that lived in his office for a while?
Black curly hair.
Laffitz or whatever his name was. Big talker. He was a quitter.
Yeah. Jason Chaffetz. Jason Chaffetz. Yeah. Jason Chaffetz, I think. Anyway.
Quitter.
Yeah. Well, he got it offered to be on Fox. Probably get $2 million a year instead of $150,000, and he took it. But again, but he didn't. I don't think he quit in the middle. He quit when he was done. I mean, he didn't bail in the middle of his term. I mean, so I can understand that. And we don't want professional congressmen. I don't have a problem with that. But
how about just showing up for maybe 2?
Yeah,
I don't know.
I mean, my God, yeah. I mean, it's a 2-year thing. You can't commit for a couple of years. We don't want him to be there for 50 years like Biden. So anyway. Lordy. Oh, by the way, it's 443. Sorry, 440. Well, I got London, I got Kiev, and I got Bangkok, which is 343. But it must be 343 tomorrow.
Yeah, Wednesday.
Yeah, 343 tomorrow morning in Bangkok. Or would it be in the afternoon? No, it'd be tomorrow morning. Yeah, like 11 hours. Yeah. Wow.
Look at you pretending that you don't know much about Bangkok.
I don't know that much about Bangkok. That's Thailand, right? Donald Trump reacted last night to something on X or whatever, what was he called? Truth Social. And he said, he was talking the other day, and he said, my first act as your next president will be to close the border, drill, baby, drill, and free the January 6 hostages being wrongfully imprisoned. He posted that on Truth Social late last night. 1,500, more like 1,300 people have been charged in basically all 50 states for crimes breaching the Capitol. Rioters stormed the building, they said, to protest the thing, 560 defendants received sentences. 335 were sentenced to incarceration. 490 were charged with assaulting or impeding law enforcement, which is a felony. And a lot of the investigation into those are ongoing. My God, it's been, 3 years? Let's see. The Congressional Committee, of course, was lying and cheating and covering up. They falsely claimed that President Trump didn't have any evidence that showed he wanted to have the National Guard take it over. And of course, they lied about that whole thing. Anyway, Donald Trump now says he's going to free the hostages who are being wrongfully imprisoned. Now, I don't know whether that means everybody or whether the ones he thinks are being wrongfully imprisoned. Now, again, there are people like that grandmother who shoved a barricade about 2 inches away and got sentenced to prison for it. I mean, it's just unbelievable what these people are doing.
Oh, guess what?
Yeah.
Our southern border being invaded. By the way, if you're a military-age man and you show up at our border carrying your own flag, that's an invasion.
Oh, my God.
That's what they do. They show up with their own flags, wave not the American flag, their own flag. But Representative Matt Gaetz is warning the Department of Defense is saying expect a Haitian invasion today on the Florida beaches. The boats will be landing. They're coming.
Well, they've lost their government. The guy quitting. The guy known as Barbecue. The gangster leader of Haiti is known as Barbecue because he sets his enemies on fire.
Yeah. And remember when Trump called it an S-hole?
And he's running the country now.
He called Haiti an S-hole.
Whole country.
And Bill Maher and Conan O'Brien wore T-shirts, and Susan Sarandon said Haiti is already great.
Yeah.
And Conan O'Brien went there at some
lavish resort.
Some
Posted a
whites-only
picture.
lavish resort, and was sitting out drinking champagne while he's up to his waist in beautiful water and everything. And the only place on the whole island, that side of the island, because they share it with the Dominican Republic, the only place that he could stand there and do that, acting like everything was cool. How can you, unless you label something, you can't start to fix it. And you have Hollywood liberals going around saying, oh, this is a wonderful place. There's nothing wrong here.
Yeah. Well, we're racist because they're brown people.
Brown?
Well, they're sort of brown. They're
more brown.
They're a little browner than
you and I are.
If you are a little too brown, then we're racist. I'm sorry. They're calling us racist for all these reasons.
They're not brown.
Well, they're not like us.
Well, some of us. Like NBA players.
I haven't been to Haiti. I know about the people of Haiti. They're not slightly a darker complexion than white people.
Much darker.
Well, no kidding. Then they're calling us racist for talking about Haiti. That's what they do.
But it is notoriously a crap hole.
Right. It is an S-hole country. No question about it. My God, man, look at what they've just done. Anyway, 447, Giver, Feet, and Flounder with a little musical accompaniment here. I love it.
The Morning Extra is live weekday mornings from 6 to 10, and here's what you missed.
I did come up in the Broken Homeboy Club. Like, I knew the other divorced kids in the neighborhood.
Yeah.
And some of them did have scenarios like this.
The Broken Homeboy Club. I grew up, my parents, until my dad died, they were married for 50 years. My mother-in-law and father-in-law have been married for 49 or 50.
You want to brag to the Broken Homeboy Club member?
I'm just saying, I just never had the experience.
Why don't you say it like, hey, maybe if your parents stay together, maybe they loved you.
It's not at all. They love you regardless. I just don't know what to expect.
Do you want to sit me down and ask me if I blame myself for their divorce?
Yeah. Jeez, Tug. God, I'm so offended today.
See, you can't say
anything.
You're horrible making fun of broken family.
You need a hug? You need a hug?
I'm fine. I'm hurting. I'm fine.
Yeah. God.
Good Lord, I can't.
Joe, you're not safe. Wait till he comes and fat shames you.
Yeah, fatty.
The Morning Extra, 6 to 10 a.m. every weekday morning on Extra 106.3 FM and the Extra app.
Well, Sally, thank you for your time, but unfortunately, we can't offer you the position.
But why?
Well, we got the results of your background check, and we saw some red flags.
Like what?
Apparently, you were accused of dog-napping a Chihuahua named Mr. Cha-Cha.
Mr. Cha-Cha was my soulmate.
At Horizon Background Screening, we find things that other companies don't. That's why companies that use us make smarter hiring decisions. Don't let the wrong hire put your company at risk. Get the real story on your candidates at horizonscreening.com.
Jordan B. Peterson, We Who Wrestle with God Tour.
If you say the truth and nothing else, you'll have an immense adventure as a consequence. You won't know what's going to happen to you, but the truth will reveal the world the way it's intended to be revealed, and the consequence for you will be that you'll have the adventure of your life.
Jordan B. Peterson, live this Friday at State Farm Arena. Get tickets now at livenation.com.
What are your plans for your business this year? Hey, it's Tug. Do you want to expand and grow? Aren't you exhausted by going to lenders, building a relationship, and a week later, you got a new person to deal with? You have to start all over again? You don't have that with First Liberty Building and Loan. The Frost family has been helping businesses grow since the 90s, and they want to know you. Unlike big banks, they want to partner with you. The Frost family knows the patterns. They know the ebbs and flows. They know business. Get to know them at firstlibertyga.com. Building a building, buying a franchise, expanding. Reach out to them. Spend 10 minutes with them. See if you're a fit for them and if they're a fit for you. You do that at firstlibertyga.com. And by the way, if you're a young banker and want to work with a team that is faith-friendly and has a culture of excellence, First Liberty might be a good match. Reach out to them today. First Liberty Building and Loan. firstlibertyga.com. That's firstlibertyga.com.
It's a mad world out there, but one thing is certain, everyone is trying to market something. So tune in every Saturday at 3 p.m. to the Marketing Madmen, who, along with a variety of industry expert guests, can help you make sense of it all. Whether you own a business and want tips to scale, or are a fan of the finer things in life and want to know how restaurants, golf courses, and wine companies try to sell you stuff, the Marketing Madmen is your ultimate destination for all things marketing. Tune in right here on Extra 106.3 every Saturday at 3 p.m. or search online for more content. Join the madness with the Marketing Madmen.
No one plans on going to jail, but when it happens, it's important that you know who to call. Call A Second Chance Bail Bonds, where we believe everyone deserves a second chance. We handle bonds throughout Metro Atlanta, including from our newest offices in Cherokee County and Clayton County. In most cases, we can have you or your loved one out of jail in a matter of hours. A Second Chance. It's better to know us and not need us than need us and not know us. Call A Second Chance 24/7 at 770-627-3235 or online at atlbail.com.
I think it's time to get rid of that old, ugly garage door.
Get rid of it? All it needs is a quick repair. Where's my duct tape and WD-40?
This is Dan Watkins with All Four Seasons Garage and Entry Doors, and let us be the ones to tell you if you need a repair or a replacement. If you have a wooden or uninsulated steel door, a replacement will always pay for itself with energy savings. But if your door is insulated and not very old, put down the duct tape and let us come out to service your door the right way. Head to allfourseasonsgarages.com or give us a call today.
All right, look out. Here we go. It's only me. It's only the Kimmer. How are you? With Pete Davis and Flounder on your Tuesday, 4:52. We have another Flounders Funny. Well, maybe pull one off here before 5 o'clock. Let's see. This you're listening to, of course, is U2. And on this day in 1983, U2 scored their first British #1 album with War. Spent 147 weeks on the chart. The singles include New Year's Day and Two Hearts Beat as One. U2, 1980. What did I say? 83? Holy cow!
Yeah.
Wow. I forgot. That's 40 freaking 1 years.
Yeah. It's weird, isn't it?
Holy cow! 41 years. Oh my God!
You used to think the Stones are a group that have been around 40 years. They've been around 60 plus years.
Good grief. Birthdays include Courtney B. Vance, the actor, 64.
A man.
Years old today. Courtney's a guy.
Yeah.
Courtney Word. Although every girl I've known named Courtney is hot.
Yeah.
Let me double check. Every girl.
Pretty much.
I think every girl named Courtney. I don't know. It doesn't make any sense, but I'm just thinking back. Let's see. Oh, and this day in history, got a history thing here. Hold on. I got my thing with the thing there. 1912 on this day, Juliette Gordon Low founded the Girl Guides. She had lived in England with her first husband for many years, been a girl guide in England. On March 12th, 1912, she gathered 18 girls together to register the first troop of American Girl Guides in Savannah, Georgia.
Been to her house.
The next year's name was changed to the Girl Scouts of America in 1913. You been to the house?
I've been to the house. It wasn't a creepy thing. I wasn't looking for Girl Scouts. You walk around Savannah, and it's a small little town, basically. Yeah. And there it was.
Started with 18 girls.
By the way, I ran into my dealer again at Walmart the other day.
Oh, which dealer again now?
The 12-year-old with the cookies.
Oh, boy. Yeah, well.
Damn.
And on this day in 1894, Coca-Cola began selling its first bottled Coca-Cola, 1894, in Vicksburg, Mississippi.
Really?
Yep. I thought it would be Atlanta. Pemberton and the boys? No. Mississippi, Vicksburg, Mississippi. We got to race with the thing over here. And I was going. Speaking of music thing, one more thing. We mentioned Eric Carmen died at the age of 74. He had cancer, and he was in All by Myself, a couple of famous songs. And Pete originally thought that he was with the group Bread, and turns out he was with Raspberry. When we were talking about Bread, we asked Flounder, and Flounder has never heard of the group Bread. In fact, their famous song, their most famous one probably was If. It was a beautiful, kind of a sweet ballad about how much he loves a girl and stuff like that, which is really sweet. Now, who you got?
I don't know if they're very good.
Is this Raspberry?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, here we go. I know
the Raspberries.
The Raspberries, of course. Well, I know the song. I remember this song, but I don't remember the group. Well, again, when this was a song, they never showed you on the radio who was playing it, and the DJs never mentioned their names.
Are you watching Ted? Flounder?
No.
Ted on Peacock. It is funnier than the movies. And at one point, the mother's a very straight-laced Catholic, and Ted's trying to get her to, say bad words, and she won't do it. And the daughter basically had to tell her what the difference between porn and porno was. She goes, Maddie's looking at a porn last night. She goes, no, it's called porn. But when you put an article in front of it, an A or a D, it's a porno. And I thought of you and your grammar Nazi.
Thank you. We mentioned the music thing, and one thing I found something today I did not know. We were talking about the Pete thought that Eric Carmen was with Bread. I think you mentioned something about Bread kind of sounds like Gordon Lightfoot. They have kind of that same...
No. Bread is like America and...
but you mentioned somebody remember you of Gordon Lightfoot.
No, we talked about Gordon Lightfoot because someone the other day was talking about Sundown, which I always thought was about a prostitute.
Yeah.
But it was...
so this is what I found out today. I did not know this.
That Sundown by Gordon Lightfoot.
Sundown.
First single I ever bought at Rich's at South DeKalb Mall for like $2. Was written for the woman who killed John Belushi, gave him the hot shot.
Yeah. Who went to prison for it.
Yeah.
I had no idea. And what's the name that was his dying and the Sundown? He's dead now.
Sundown, you better take care. Come sneaking around by backstairs. See, everybody knew her in that world. Yeah. She was known they were
living at that motel, and that was pretty
Chateau Marmont.
Yeah. Yeah,
that's a creepy looking place.
Yeah,
like the Dakota in New York, it's a creepy looking place.
4:57, Kim, Pete, and Flounder. Coming up, the woke items in the $7 trillion budget. Holy smokes! Wait till you hear about this. You don't think he's trying to slam this through America without you knowing what the hell's in this bill? Flounder, let's do a Flounder's Funny. Can we have time for a Flounder's Funny right here? I'll bet we do. See if we can find one.
If I ever see a hot mess, I just keep my eye on her a little bit. And I was on a flight recently, and this lady got on the plane, and she barely made this flight. I mean, it looked like she just found out she had a flight. Like she was out on the sidewalk, and just someone goes up to her like, hey, you got to go to Phoenix now. So she comes on the plane. I mean, they didn't even want to let her on. They're trying to shut the door. I thought we already took off. She sits next to me. She's pounding this water, and she's got these headphones she bought in this plastic case, and she's trying to open them the same way a raccoon would try to open them. And she's eating it and clawing. She punches it. She can't get it, so she looks at me and says loudly, hey, do you have a knife on you? Like we're in some back alley, and I'm just like, I got a knife and a gun. Which one would help more? So that was someone that I was like, hey, did you ever wait tables like early 90s? My parents, they also became Christian when I was born, and everybody's still Christian, but I got them when they were the most Christian.
Who was he talking We got what when he was involved? Whatever we was talking about at the beginning.
Being next to a random person in a plane.
Gotcha. Is that Bergazzi?
Nate Bergazzi.
Nate Bergazzi. Yeah, he's and I guess he's kind of a jerk, but he's a funny guy. And I don't know what what was behind him being called a jerk or not. But anyway, he's a very funny individual. Let's see. Coming up, we'll give you. I'm going to ask you a question about people when you come to a 2-lane and one of them disappears and you have to merge to the thing. What is the actual driving etiquette when you're in a lane that you know is going to disappear?
You keep your speed up. You don't slow down.
Well, no, I mean, when you're at a traffic light and there's 2 lanes, and one of them, when your light turns green, you both go forward, but the one on the right's going to disappear with an arrow to go left.
If you're on the right and you're having to merge into the left, you have to divulge and put out those spikes like Ben-Hur had on his chariot.
Yeah, to ruin their wheels and tires. Yeah, that's what I always do.
Send a message.
Happen again today. We'll talk about it coming up next. 5 o'clock, Kevin Pete and Flounder. Holy crap, it's sports coming up, too. Look out. Here's sundown action.
Sundown, you better take care if I find you've been creeping round my back stairs. Sundown, you better take care.
WFOM and W292 EV Marietta, a Dickey Broadcasting Station. This hour is presented by Lee Brandt Jewelry and Watches.
President Biden sidesteps Congress. On Lisa Brady, Fox News. His administration tapping Defense Department savings to send more weapons and ammo to Ukraine.
Despite the Republican-led House stalling on a spending bill providing billions of dollars in Ukraine aid, the Biden administration is rushing about $300 million in artillery because of military contracts coming in below cost.
This ammunition will keep Ukraine's guns firing for a period, but only a short period.
White House National Security Advisor Jake Sullivan says the emergency aid is not nearly enough to meet Ukraine's battlefield needs. Sullivan announced the weapons package the same day Poland's leaders meet with President Biden to push for increased aid for Ukraine.
Fox's Jared Halpern at the White House. Russia's defense ministry says it killed more than 200 fighters while beating back an incursion it blamed on Russian opponents of the Kremlin based in Ukraine. Cross-border attacks have happened sporadically since war began more than 2 years ago. Officials also reporting Ukrainian long-range drones hitting 2 oil facilities deep inside Russia today. Former special counsel Robert Hur defending his descriptions of President Biden's mental fitness in a report that also found evidence the president willfully retained classified documents as a private citizen.
My team and I conducted a thorough, independent investigation.
He says there wasn't evidence beyond a reasonable doubt, but that he did not exonerate the president.
The White House counsel's office tweeted, "In America, you're innocent until proven guilty. The ultimate conclusion here was that charges are not warranted and the case is closed." In other words, the president was cleared. And in that tweet, they included a screenshot of the dictionary definition of the word exonerated.
Fox's Jackie Heinrich at the White House. There's a report of a triple murder inside a Coptic monastery in South Africa's Johannesburg. The Egyptian Coptic Orthodox Church says 3 Egyptian monks were killed in a criminal assault. America is listening to Fox News.
Fraudulent tax returns due to identity theft increased by 30% in 2023. If you're in a bind this tax season, LifeLock can help. Their U.S.-based restoration specialists are dedicated to helping solve identity theft issues, and all plans are backed by the $1 Million Protection Package, which means if you lose money because of identity theft, LifeLock will reimburse you up to the limits of your plan. Help protect your information with LifeLock. Go to LifeLock.com and save up to 25% your first year with my name, Clay, as your promo code.
Hear that? It's the gentle sound of a waterfall on your hike. And if you were here, you'd take a deep breath of fresh air if you weren't so winded. But you're not here, because your self-care happens out on the road, riding your motorcycle protected by Progressive. And the bugs you wipe from your headlights are all the nature you need. So if you ride, see if you could save with Progressive, America's #1 motorcycle insurer. Get an online quote in as little as 3 minutes. All from the great indoors. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, not available in all states.
Together, ladies. Left shoulder, right a plank. Ready on your dog, Sergeant. Road guards out. It's only me. It's only the Kimmer. Don't be scared. And we'll be a little scared. But Pete Davis and Flounder. We got your news. We got goofing around. We got holy crap at sports. We got Flounders funnies. We got Pete's tweets. Yeah, maybe
why
not.
And an AI if you want. A Skynet.
Oh, my God.
If you want.
Excellent. Boy, there's a lot of stuff on AI these days. I just saw another warning about how it's going to be out of control and we're not going to be able to stop it. I mean, every 3 or 4 days, there's somebody saying, we're in big trouble here with this AI.
Do it right now.
Yeah, okay, I like it.
Basically, the U.S. government has decided to give itself more power, emergency power, to fight a problem that they've ignored for the last 10 years, AI. State Department did a report and says we need to stop an extinction-level threat from AI. A 247-page study warns that AI will destabilize global security like nuclear weapons.
This is a federal study. Is this
the State Department?
Yeah.
But of course, the answer is more power to the government.
Okay, but again, the word was extinct, I believe, or something like that.
Extinction level event.
That means we're all gone. That means there's no more humans.
Existential. It's Terminator. Remember the machines are stepping on our skulls and bones?
Yeah, extinction.
That's
the word extinction is in there.
Which Elon Musk has used for years.
I'll tell you, I mean, I'll be long dead probably by the time this takes over, but I'll bet you in 50 years.
Well, not 50. I think in 5 years, we're not going to recognize a lot of things.
Well, and again, God only knows, the impact from every part of our culture. But that's scary. God, 505. Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder, how's it going? Here's a number if you'd like to join us. 404-741-1230. 741-1230. We're going to talk about Pete Fudgy Fudge and his loving hubby hub. And
not me.
No, not this. The other Pete Fudgy Fudge. And also, we got a whole bunch of things, and we'll talk more. The budget. They're trying to sneak stuff through the budget. First of all, a brief recap. Again, I wish I'd been able to watch the whole thing all day. It's 10 o'clock this morning. The hearing started, House Judiciary Committee. And this former special counsel, Robert Hur, was being questioned by both parties concerning his report that clearly showed that Joe Scuzzface is incompetent. He's got memory problems. He's a doddering old fool. And if he had any kind of mental capacity available to him still, he would have been charged with a crime because he clearly broke the law and the way he took care of classified documents, much like Donald Trump. Although with Donald Trump, as you'll recall, they swarmed him with SWAT teams at 6 o'clock in the morning. They had boats in the harbor. They had helicopters. They had riflemen. I mean, it was unbelievable. And of course, that didn't happen with these 7 locations that Biden had documents. 7 locations, unsecured, classified documents available for anybody to see, including at the University of Pennsylvania, the little study outfit he had run by the Communist Chinese.
Matt Getz just asked her, he did this morning, he goes, why didn't you charge the ghostwriter? He goes, what does someone have to do to be charged?
Yeah. In fact, let's do this. Flounder, the Democrat, let me set the base also very quickly. The first Democrat who talked, that hideous Jerry Poopy Pants Nadler, all he did was played a video of Donald Trump making mistakes and saying, you guys are going after the wrong guy. President Biden was acquitted and cleared, and the special counsel Hur had to keep saying, no, he's not exonerated. Every Democrat said, well, you exonerated him. He said he can't be charged. He's exonerated. He said, no, I didn't say that at all. It was unbelievable. So he had to keep defending himself against Adam Schiff for brains and all those guys. Let's play the first of the 2 Jim Jordan sound bites here, Flounder. This is incredible. Jim Jordan talking about clearly proving that Biden deliberately, willfully took those classified documents.
Biden, this is a quote, Joe Biden risked serious damage to America's national security when he shared information with his ghostwriter. Shared it with his ghostwriter, the guy who was helping Joe Biden get $8 million. And oh, by the way, Mr. Hur, what did that ghostwriter do with the information Joe Biden shared with him on his laptop? What did he do after you were named special counsel?
Chairman, if you're referring to the audio recordings that Mr. Zwanitzer created of his conversations with
exactly Biden, what I'm referring to.
He slid, if I remember correctly, he slid those files into his recycle bin on his computer.
Tried to destroy the evidence, didn't he?
Correct.
The very guy who was helping Joe Biden get the $8 million Joe Biden had used, the motive for Joe Biden to to disclose classified information, to retain classified information, which he definitely knew was against the law. When you get...
Yeah. And the guy, and again, nobody charged. The guy who destroyed evidence. And let's remember, Jim Comey, the former FBI director, also said to Hillary Brown and P. Stinky Fart Cabbage when she erased thousands of emails that were under federal subpoena. And she said, screw you, and erased them all. He said, well, there was no intent. It was, it was just, it was, no sense. So he decided, well, let's give the Democrat a break, just like even a Republican. This guy, Hur, by the way, is a Republican. This Robert Hur. And he gave, Biden gets a break. How come it's only Democrats who get all these breaks?
It's amazing, isn't it?
And let's do one more thing. Again, let's remember, if the parties were switched, what would have happened? Well, you saw what happened. Republican Donald Trump got arrested. He's been going to court. He's been in trouble from the very beginning over classified documents. Biden, nothing. Okay, here's another example. If Donald Trump had done what you're about to hear the White House did, you would be outraged if you were the typical American hater, which we are seeing today. Let's play cut number 2, a flounder of Jim Jordan talking about how the White House tried to interfere.
And did the White House get the report before the report was made public?
We did provide a draft of the report to the White House counsel's office and members of the president's personal counsel team for their review.
No, I understand. And did the White House then, once they got the report before it went public, did the White House try to weigh in with your investigation on elements of that report and, frankly, get the report changed?
They did request certain edits and changes to the draft report.
The White House tried to change the report about President Stupid Face. My God. Yeah, talk about obstruction of justice. Talk about interference with a federal investigation into the presidency. Holy crap.
Why did they get a copy before everybody else?
Well, there you are.
They're being investigated. Why are you giving them a copy?
Yeah, so that they can try to change it.
Yeah. Who is Hur supposed to give his final report to? Who is he supposed
Congress.
Not the Attorney General, but Congress. Who told him to investigate this?
Actually, I don't know if that is actually said in here who his direct supervisors to get the final report. The Attorney General.
I thought it was Garland.
Oh, here we go. Let's see. Hur said it was up to the Biden-appointed Attorney General Merrick Garland to determine whether to make the report public. Okay, so
it's Garland.
The Attorney General. Yeah, and so so they're clearly. Well, this makes sense. Clearly, Garland, the Attorney General, said, "Well, send a copy over to the White House and let us take a look at it."
This is like Giuliani when he was in charge. Was the FBI or the New York State going after the mob?
Yeah, the mob.
And they get the report finally all together, and before they give it to the judge, they send it to John Gotti to see what he thinks about it.
Yeah. Any comments? Can you imagine sending a copy to the White House so they can try to change it? I'm just telling you that. I'm not telling you the White House tried to change the report to save President Stay in the basement again, to do what he did the last time to win the election by having everything secret. This is the most despicable example.
It's far beyond Watergate.
This is, again, at least Richard Nixon was never accused of being incompetent. He was a stupid idiot who let them try to cover up a dumb burglary. That was all Watergate was.
Really?
And then he used the people to try to cover it up.
I didn't think it was that big of a deal.
Well, it was a horrible thing to do, but this whole Biden administration is and the Trump-Russian collusion. The whole thing.
Actually, who just sparred with Robert Hur was Hank Johnson. I got some I got some good audio on this. We got time. We got plenty of time.
Hank Johnson, Pete Davis's old congressman, who was afraid of the lack of helium for clown balloon parties.
And Guam tipping over.
Yeah, and Guam tipping over. We've got too many more Marines over there on one side of it. Swear
Marines.
to God, he thought they were going to tip over. Anyway, and here's Hank Johnson trying to get him. I heard this soundbite. Trying to get Hur to say that he's a dirty, rotten, cheating liar, and it didn't quite work. Here's Hank Johnson.
Are you a member of the Federalist Society?
I am not a member of the Federalist Society.
But you are a Republican, though, aren't you?
I am a registered Republican.
Yes, sir. And you're doing everything you can do to get President Trump reelected so that you can get appointed as a federal judge or perhaps to another position in the Department of Justice. Isn't that correct?
Congressman, I have no such aspirations, I can assure you, and I can tell you that partisan politics had no place whatsoever in my work. It had no place in the investigative steps that I took. It had no place in the decision that I made, and it had no place in a single word of my report.
Did you imagine the balls on Hank Johnson saying, well, it's clear that you're trying to get a job and protect Donald Trump and get him elected again? Where did he come up with that? It's just slanderous. It's just typical.
I'd respond to that, but I was too busy calling Hank Johnson an idiot in my head.
Oh, I mean, my God. What a disgrace.
He's one of the dumbest human beings.
Oh, God. He literally thought Guam was going to tip over if they put more Marines on the end of it.
Yep.
5:14. Holy crap, it's sports will save us next. Can't believe what's going on in our country. God almighty.
Hey, it's Rhino from The Morning Extra, getting your weekday morning started from 6 to 10 a.m.
But look at what's happening on The View. I mean, you got Whoopi Goldberg. She actually admitted that what happened with the Supreme Court, what did happen with the Supreme Court, was right. She admitted it, but it still ticks her off.
Bothers me about this, and I know it's probably the right decision, but I don't like that we've normalized this man. It has really irritated the poo out of me.
Normalize this man. Can I normalize, in the interest of my career, taking on a Jewish name so that you think that I'm Jewish? Because that's what Whoopi did.
Sure did. Would that be called Jewish face? What do you do?
Is that cultural appropriation?
That's what I was
In order for her to try and make it the 1980s, she was like, I got to make sure that my name looks more Jewish.
Yeah, no tug. It's not Jew face. The Morning Extra, 6 to 10 a.m. on Extra 106.3 FM and the Extra app.
Central Heating and Air Conditioning wants you to know the start of the new season is the perfect time to ensure your home's comfort. Don't wait like most people do to have your HVAC system serviced. Your home should have maintenance twice a year. Maintenance helps keep your system running at peak efficiency and extends the life of your equipment. So turn to Atlanta's Carrier experts for your system's maintenance at 770-GET-HEAT or centralheat.com. With Central, you get Carrier products, Carrier warranty, and Carrier peace of mind. Plus, you know what's going to be here before you know it? The heat. It's allergy season, and Central Heating and Air can fix what ails your house and possibly your family with home ventilation and air quality products. Central has packages designed around health using variable speed, fresh air ventilation, air cleaners, air purifiers, dehumidifiers, and more. Central Heating and Air is one of the few second-generation, locally owned and operated HVAC companies in Atlanta. With Central, you're not just a number, you're a member of the family. It's been that way since 1947, and they've serviced over 100,000 customers right here in Atlanta. Call 770-GET-HEAT or go to centralheat.com. That's centralheat.com.
What's your retirement plan? Master Plan Retirement Consultants specialize in constructing plans designed to meet the challenges you could face over the course of a retirement. As holistic retirement planners, we cover tax, income, Social Security, legacy, healthcare, and long-term care planning. Our strategies are designed to maximize your retirement savings and income while minimizing taxes and protecting your assets from forces that could disrupt your retirement, providing peace of mind. A fiduciary advisory firm, Master Plan Retirement, works with you to create the potential for a sustainable retirement and a legacy to be remembered. Join us on our weekly radio show, Retirement Roadmap, every Saturday at 12 p.m. on Extra 106.3 as we discuss retirement topics for today's financial environment. Episodes can also be found on YouTube and on your podcast platform. Find us at masterplanretire.com to schedule your complimentary consultation. Master Plan Retirement Consultants. Plan well and prosper.
Advisory services offered through Master Plan Retirement Consultants, Inc., a registered investment advisory in the state of Georgia. Insurance, tax, and commodity services offered through Fricks & Associates, Inc., DBA Master Plan Retirement Consultants. The aforementioned are affiliated companies.
Don't miss the Atlanta Mushroom Festival, Sunday, March 17th, St. Patrick's Day at Park Tavern in Piedmont Park. Beginning at 12 p.m. and ending at 7 p.m., this dog and family-friendly event features educational speakers, live music, and over 35 mushroom-themed vendors. Tickets are free with email registration or $10 for Comfort VIP, which directly supports the nonprofit festival. For more information, visit AtlantaMushroomFestival.com or Atlanta Mushroom Festival on all social platforms.
Join A Second Chance Bail Bond CEO Daniel Madelon and host Tug Coward for the weekly radio show Back Your Blue. They will highlight special initiatives, criminal justice programs, and community events aimed at keeping our communities safer. Tune in Saturdays at 10 a.m. to learn some good news about and from the law enforcement and justice communities. Tune in every Saturday at 10 a.m. or find it online at thepodcastpark.com or wherever you get your favorite podcasts.
My name is Amy Risley. I have been working for Bruce Hagen for 17 years. When I first started, my boys were 4 and 6, and whenever I needed, Bruce allowed me to bring them to our office. Bruce has always treated us like family, and 17 years later, I still love coming to work for Bruce Hagen. The best part of my job is when I get to put a settlement check in the hands of someone Bruce won a case for and see it change their life. I'm Amy Risley, and I work for Bruce Hagen. Let Bruce Hagen work for you. Hagen-law.com.
Look out. It's only the Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder 518. And I have a sports birthday and a medical update. I'll bet you know this too. And also something on the upcoming Battle of the Fighters. But first, holy crap, it's sports with Pete Davis.
I'll stand by and anticipate.
Patient.
For that.
Carly Simon all of a sudden?
It's old ketchup commercial.
The ketchup coming out of the
That was the cutest girl in that commercial.
Yeah,
I like that.
She has several legs on her, too.
Braves fall to the Pirates today, 5-1. Atlanta's only run knocked in by Jared Kelnick. His OPS is going up. We talked last week. It wasn't where it needed to be. Where it's slowly going up. So good for him.
Well, it's early. Yeah, it's good.
Reynaldo Lopez started, went 3 2/3 innings, gave up 3 hits and 1 run, a homer. And happy birthday to Mr. Brave, Dale Murphy. Turned 68 today.
And again, a conversation. Should he be in the Hall of Fame?
Yes, of course he should.
The problem is I think he batted like 265 or something.
That don't
and he got
matter.
490 home runs.
He's one of
he should be.
You can count on
MVP.
Less than one hand, back-to-back MVPs.
Yeah, exactly.
Just some
and a class guy. I mean, that should account for something.
It should.
Yeah.
Yankees ace and reigning AL Cy Young Award winner Garrett Cole was going to have a second MRI today on his pitching shoulder. Well, not his shoulder, his elbow. Manager Aaron Boone. Let's start over. Says Cole will not be their opening day starter now because of this.
They just signed him to $50 million a year or something?
No, he's in the midst of a 9-year. He's about 4 or 5 years into that. And Aaron Judge will also not make opening day. He had an MRI on his abdomen, which I think is this like the thorax.
Wow. Big, strong guys, things go wrong with you.
They break down.
Yes, they do.
Former Met slugger Darryl Strawberry resting in a Missouri hospital after suffering a heart attack yesterday, one day before his 62nd birthday today.
Well, that's what I was going to do with my birthday list for Pete Davis' Sports. Is Darryl Strawberry in the hospital. He showed a picture of him smiling from his hospital bed. Yeah, 62. I think I had mine at 65 years old, something like that. You probably haven't had yours yet, then.
No.
Flounder, you got about probably 20 good years there, Flounder, probably.
Thanks for pointing it out since I just got back from my cardiologist today.
Oh, really? Mine just retired. I no longer have a heart doctor.
Mine. He was a big guy, and he would say, do as I say, not as I do. Because he liked to smoke and drink and have a steak, like that. And he's had to, I think, almost retire because of health problems. So I had a new doctor today, and I was like 5 minutes into it, I'm going, I don't like you very much.
Oh, my.
You're telling me things that he was always letting things slide.
Yeah,
this guy's kind of the stickler.
Take your pills,
Yeah. I was like, I don't know about you.
The gravy, that's no good.
Speaking of gravy, I did that mashed potato thing last night.
I tell you what.
Holy cow, that's
chicken
good
in my stuff, yeah.
Put some corn in. I'm telling you, kernels of corn. Sweetens it up a little bit.
I love corn, but I don't like it in my food. I like corn by itself.
What do you like corn then, if not as food?
I like cream corn in a dish. I do. My mother used to make a wonderful cream corn. And corn on the cob, I used to eat that in the summertime. I used to eat 6 a night. Every dinner, I'd have 6 corn on the cob.
But when you lose all your teeth in a few months, you can have all the cream corn you can
looking forward
slurp. Most fans seem happy with the Falcons putting all their eggs in a 35-year-old one-legged quarterback. But Kirk Cousins is better than what we had even on a peg leg. He is.
Right.
And he's a really nice guy. His wife's from Atlanta, so this is like a second home.
Hope it works.
People are going to love him because he's a really nice guy. Let's just hope he stays healthy.
Absolutely.
The Vikings are replacing him with journeyman Sam Darnold.
I thought he was going to be a good. Wasn't he the Jets quarterback for a while? I thought he
when
was.
He came out of USC.
Yeah, I thought he was the guy.
I really did. He had the hair.
Yeah. Well, I thought
he had that hair, man.
Yeah.
He's a blonde Shoney's big boy, is what he was. Yeah. The Falcons are getting even more weapons for Kirk. They've signed wide receiver Darnell Mooney to a 3-year deal worth $39 million, $26 guaranteed.
Wow.
He joins the Falcons after 4 years with the Bears.
Never heard of him.
He's pretty good. You may not heard it because they don't throw much up there in Chicago, but he's pretty good.
Yeah, good.
He's not huge, but he's pretty good.
Yeah.
So that'll go with what's his face on the other side.
Number 8.
The Duck.
Yeah.
Drake, London.
Wow, there you go.
I had to work into that to remember his name.
London. Duck London Drake.
God, being around you, it catches this memory loss thing. Lamar Jackson is a happy camper. The Ravens have signed former Titans Titan Derrick Henry to play running back.
Yeah,
that's pretty cool.
Man, when he's on, he's a monster.
All they need is one more year from him, win a Super Bowl.
Yeah.
That's all they need. The Bengals are trading running back Joe Mixon to the Texans for a draft pick. Mixon ran for over 1,000 yards and 9 touchdowns last season. By the way, I can't remember the guy's name. It's Brian something. It's a guy who played for the Panthers on their D-line, just killed the Falcons. So they traded him to the Giants. Thank goodness we don't have to face him twice a year now. I always forget his name, but he's a great player, right? In his prime. They trade him to the Giants. They got like a second and a fifth round or something like that. Last year, the Panthers were offered 2 first-round picks and a second-round pick by the Rams for him, and they said, nah.
Oh, no, really? Oh, lordy.
They are just so bad over there.
Wow.
Amit Patel, the former Jaguars employee who pleaded guilty to stealing $22 million from under their nose, sentenced to 6.5 years in prison today. They put him in charge of the credit cards. The Jaguars credit. U.S. District Judge Henry Lee Adams Jr. ordered the Patel pay the Jags $21 million in restitution. You owe me restitution. And attend Gamblers Anonymous meetings.
Oh, boy.
He said, I stand before you embarrassed, shamed, and disappointed by my actions. I've been sober for almost a year. I'm seeking help for my gambling addiction. And he gives himself 2-to-1 odds that he'll get this monkey off his back.
Oh, hey.
Meanwhile, Mega Parekh, the Jaguars senior VP, read a brief statement on behalf of the team, which simply read, we effed up. We trusted him. Just when you thought the Browns' decisions couldn't get any stranger with Deshaun Watson, here comes Jameis Winston to be his backup.
Really? Are you serious?
The heck with Hard Knocks on HBO. I want a camera in that quarterback room.
Oh, my God.
How much fun is that going to be?
Oh, Lordy.
And Georgia quarterback Carson Beck met with the media yesterday and was asked about his Lamborghini Urus Performante, which he bought a little while ago. Beck says, it's no big deal. Why do you keep asking me about this? That no big deal? How much do you think it costs?
It's got to be $350,000.
Oh, now you're just being crazy. It's only $270,000 American dollars.
My bad.
He said he grew up as a Mustang fan, and he always wanted a Mustang, but he grew out of that when he was 14, and now he loves Lamborghinis.
You can't drive that. Well, anyway.
You can't see out of them.
You can't. They're not comfortable. You can't see anything. Every time you make a turn, you're afraid you're going to hit something or somebody. You can't. I'm telling you, that's not a car you want to drive every day. Maybe take it out on Sundays to show off or something. That's it. You can't drive that car around.
Now, having said that, should the opportunity arise that I have a Lamborghini?
I drove one for a weekend, and it was outrageous. It was scary and horrible and fun and stupid. There's no way you could take it to the store.
I was watching something the other night.
And by the way, every single stop sign, somebody's rolling down the road. How much does that thing cost? Every single time. Never got out of the car.
I just have a sign up. Just hold the sign. I was watching something the other night. Jerry Seinfeld was talking with Larry David, it's hysterical listening to those two guys talk, right? Yeah. And he's talking about you'll say something, you'll trash something, and then you'll say, but having said that, you negate everything you said before that.
That aside.
They did a spot where they're sitting in a diner, and they're both sitting down across from each other eating, and they order because Richard Lewis was late. The comedian who just passed away. Yeah. So Richard shows up. He goes, I'm sorry, I'm late, blah, 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 and he said, well, we already ordered. And he goes, well, I'm hungry. I need to eat something. And he's standing there. And they're just kind of, everybody's just looking at each other, and they're like, Larry and Jerry, like, who's going to scoot over to let him sit down? And he's going, you scoot over. No, you've known him longer than I have. You scoot over. You just want to keep the whole bench for yourself. So they're arguing. They look up. Richard's gone.
That's right. If you're on the bench on either side of a table, somebody's got to have a partner.
And Larry literally said, I'm going to talk to Richard more than I'm going to talk to you, so I don't want to look to my side. I want to look to him.
Oh, my God. And by the way, if you haven't seen it, the making of Seinfeld with those two guys talking about how they invented the show is one of the greatest hours or whatever documentary things you'll ever listen to with Jerry Seinfeld and what's his name? Larry David discussing the origin and the original thing of how they got Seinfeld.
The NAACP is asking black student athletes to reconsider their decisions to attend public college in the state of Florida because the University of Florida and other state schools are eliminating their diversity, equity, and socialist inclusion programs. In related news, The NAACP still exists.
They haven't done anything in 50 years.
Who knew?
What a crock organization. NAACP used to be an organization everybody supported. And
respected.
When I came here in 72 and we had our first black mayor running for office, Maynard Jackson, with Sam Massell was the mayor, and that very exciting time. The NAACP had things to say. They were a legitimate organization. They were, helping people. They haven't done squat, as far as I'm concerned, in at least 40 years, other than political hooliganism.
Yeah, well, that was when there was a strong black community in this city that policed its own.
Yeah.
And now there's no more nuclear black family.
I think
the NAACP has sat by and watched that happen and done nothing about it because they're being paid off, in my opinion, by the Democratic Party.
Well, I've watched it. I saw it from 72 on.
Our odds of getting a third NHL team here in Atlanta may have just improved or not improved, depending how you look at it. Former player Anson Carter is leading a group to build an arena in Alpharetta, where local residents are overjoyed with having another large-scale entertainment complex built in the town known for its wide-open and spacious boulevards.
No, I don't believe we need another... I'm right next to an amphitheater right now. My God, I can't even get out of my house in freaking summertime when there's a freaking concert.
Guess where they're planning on putting it?
Right next to the amphitheater off of Maxwell and West Side Parkway, hopefully.
North Point Mall.
Oh, dear God. That's where it is. That's right where it is. Jesus. I'm like 500 yards from the beginning of Encore Parkway to get to North Point Mall.
Where this new massive arena will be built. Local resident Kim Peterson says he can't wait even longer to get into his own cul-de-sac.
Coming home from work.
And here's hoping a hockey game coincides with a Rolling Stones concert at Ameris Bank Amphitheater on the same night that Kim remembers he left the air fryer on while making a potato dot run at Kroger. I got to get back to my house.
That's very funny.
And I got a winky.
Very funny. I got a tinkle. It's 5:30.
Worth it if we get a hockey team.
And I got two more kind of a sporty things to update in a moment. But first, also coming up, more Flounders funnies. And wait to hear about the budget. Oh, have you heard about not only the Sharon Stone sexy thing, but Pete Buttigieg's hubby lawyer guy and the commercial, the way they and the things they had little boys and girls singing the rainbow flag theme.
Baldwin is striking back at Sharon Stone, saying it's a lie, and he knows things about her. He says that he turned down her proposition, and he's going to write a book about her.
Oh my God! Well, I didn't. That's just in after her. Oh my God! Coming up. 5:35. 5:30. Having her. 5:30. 5:31. The legend Neil Bortz is only on Extra 106.3. Hey, it's a camera. How's it going? Here's what you missed from the Talkmaster.
Since the 1952 presidential election, Democrats, for instance, have told us the Republicans want to take away your Social Security. And they're telling us that now. Because the idea of having retirement money snatched away from you just as you're finishing your work life is one of the most frightening things you can imagine.
Catch Neil's commentary every day on Extra 106.3 or listen anytime on the Extra 106.3 app.
The 2024 season is just around the corner, and the Braves' home schedule is jam-packed with great matchups and even better promotions. The Braves open at home against the defending NLCS champion Arizona Diamondbacks April 5th through the 7th, followed by the New York Mets April 8th through the 11th. And on April 8th, the Braves will honor the 50th anniversary of Hank Aaron's record-breaking 715th home run with a special Hank Aaron bobblehead giveaway together with Truist.
It's gone! It's 7:15. There's a new home run champion of all time, and it's Henry Aaron.
Visit Braves.com/promos to get your tickets and check out all the fun planned for this season. And April is a perfect time to bring a group out to a game. Come experience the new Jim Beam Bourbon Decks in left field and the brand new Blue Moon Beer Garden at the rooftop in right field. Visit Braves.com/groups to see how your crew can snag one of these brand new spaces this season. Atlanta Braves Baseball. We are Braves Country.
Hey, it's Front Office Lowe's for Howard Brothers. Howard Brothers has everything for your yard. Lawnmowers, string trimmers,
trimmers, edgers, chainsaws, chippers, shredders, hedge trimmers, handheld and backpack blowers, reel mowers, rotary mowers, sprayers, pressure washers, compact tractors. The list goes on and on. And they sell the best premium brands that will last and not frustrate you when you're ready to use them. Now with 7 locations around town: Alpharetta, Athens, Dallas, Dorville, Duluth, Lula, and Oakwood. Why go anywhere else? Howard Brothers has everything for your yard.
March is the month of marriage, and we're celebrating at Solomon Brothers Jewelers with our annual Marry Me March event. Hi, I'm Jaron Solomon from Solomon Brothers Jewelers, and we are here to help couples tie the knot this month with engagement rings and wedding bands at this year's best prices. All this month, we are offering savings of up to 60% off rings and wedding bands from our top designs like halos, the hidden halo, single shared prong, double shared prong, and every design you can imagine in our store. Choose from our selection of hundreds of beautiful rings in every budget, or hand design the ring of their dreams. Remember, no matter the price, you'll find something nice. So don't miss our Marry Me March event going on all this month and save up to 60% off engagement rings and wedding bands. Visit us today in any of our 3 showrooms on Peachtree Road in Buckhead, Old Milton Parkway in Alpharetta, and now in Peachtree City. Or shop online at SolomonBrothers.com or on Instagram at Solomon Brothers.
Look, some choices in life are complicated. Others, thankfully, are much simpler, like choosing True as One checking. There are no overdraft fees, lots of practical perks, and when your life evolves and account balances grow, we'll upgrade your perks automatically. Truest One checking. One simple choice. Truist Bank. Member FDIC.
Millions of guys suffer from erectile dysfunction. That's 1 in 4 men. And I can tell you, I'm one of them.
If you or someone you know suffer from ED, Peyronie's disease, or PE, here's 38-year emergency room doctor and founder of Total Body Therapy of Georgia, Dr. Eric Deal.
Patients who enter my office are often frustrated, hopeless, depressed, and embarrassed. I understand the problem, and I'm going to help you fix it. There are lots of competitors that don't have the credentials that I have. When you go to other clinics, you're not going to see a board-certified physician with the experience that I have. When you come to our clinic, you're going to see me. There's just not one therapy that can solve these complex issues. I'll do a complete history and physical prior to any treatment that we use. Take it from me, Dr. Deal. When it's not hard, it's really hard.
Call Dr. Deal for your free one-on-one evaluation and resolve your ED, Peyronie's, or PE issues. Total Body Therapy of Georgia, 404-777-1911, 404-777-1911, online at stopmyed.com.
Well, this doesn't sound like ABBA, so I'm assuming.
Who is this?
This would be the Allman Brothers. This would be James Brown, the Rolling Stones, Charlie Parker.
It's a cover, but you recognize these voices?
Well, one of the best harmonizing bands.
Oh, wait a minute. Just the guys from New York, the Car Thieves.
Oh, my God.
You really know nothing about music.
I don't recognize who it is.
It's the Beach Boys.
Oh, it doesn't sound like the Beach Boys. It almost sounded like the guys who did Hey Dawn. What's those guys? The Car Thieves.
You remember like The Office when someone would do something stupid and Jim would just look at the camera?
It didn't sound like the Beach Boys. It sounded like the Car Thieves. So I did Dawn.
Tony Orlando?
No, they call her Dawn. John, the freaking singers.
Who the hell
for
are
God's
you
sakes.
talking about?
They had a million hits. The guy had a high soprano voice.
Frankie Valli.
Frankie Valli and the
Four
Valley.
Tops.
Not the Four Tops. Frankie Valli and the Who. Frankie and the what?
The Who?
No, I'm trying to ask
Pete
you
Townsend.
who. No, Frankie Valli and who was it? Frankie Valli and the... Oh, my God.
See, I saw them Me and Wayne saw them at.
I can't believe we don't know the name of the group.
Chastain.
If
you be quiet a second, I'll think about it.
4 Seasons.
4 Seasons.
Jesus, I can't believe 4 Seasons.
That's what I was trying to say.
I thought this was the 4 Seasons.
I'm sorry I brought this song.
I'm
into
really
it.
sorry you brought it up myself.
Try to do something. I know you love that doo-wop music.
Well, I do, and I appreciate it very much. I'm sorry that I didn't recognize after all your efforts. But again, I thought it was the 4 Seasons and not that. I got a couple of quick. I got a birthday thing. I got to do a funny birthday. They were not funny, but weird. Do you know the name? I wonder, Flounder. Do you know the name John Provost?
No.
John Pete Davis. Do you know John Provost?
Provost.
It's pronounced Provost. John Provost. He's 74 years old. He was the latest TV star boy in Lassie.
Oh, okay.
The TV show Lassie. The original one that I remember was Tommy Redding from the original TV show Lassie back in the black and white days. And I kind of looked him up. Tommy Redding, the original Jeff from Lassie, the other guy was called Timmy, I think, but the original kid was called Jeff, Tommy Redding. And his best friend was Porky. And they go, E-I, and that's how they would call to each other. Porky looks like me. Porky in that TV, if you Google Porky on the original TV series Lassie, the character, and look at him, he reminds me, I wasn't quite that chubby, but he reminds me, his face and his basic of kind of a chubbyish little kid looks like me when I was a young boy. I could show you pictures.
Were you ever trapped under a tree in Rock Canyon? And Lassie had to go get help?
It was a whole different situation. I was there on my own. Oh, never mind. Anyway, but Tommy Redding, I'm trying to get to, played the original Jeff, died of a heart attack, and he was only 54 years old, and he was cremated, and buried off of Santa del something or other, California, and he was cremated and buried with the ashes of one of the descendants of the original Lassie.
Oh, that's nice.
Isn't that a weird story? Died at 54, and he's in the ocean with Lassie's descendant.
I want to be spread out with my dogs. That'd be nice.
Yeah. Well, I have in my garage. Oh God. Well, I have the ashes of Harley the Bull Mastiff, and my daughters used those to make a little bone for me with his ashes, and it was really sweet. And the other thing I have in my garage, when my Jack the Good Boy died and crossed the Rainbow Bridge, they said, "Do you want?" I said, "I have him cremated. I didn't want him buried someplace." And they said, "Well, do you want his ashes?" I said, "Sure." Yeah. They delivered a box. I promise you it weighs 250 pounds. I can't move. I literally had to get on my knees and push on the driveway to get it into the garage.
What are you going to do with that?
I don't know. I don't know what to do. I get some of the ashes my daughter Jennifer used to put into a horseshoe with Jack's ashes in it of Jack the Good Boy. But, kind of a tribute thing. But I swear to God, I have in the hard plastic bag that I have his remain, and I promise you it weighs over 200 pounds.
You need to find a place that you would think would be nice, and that's where you should put him.
Well, I could take it to the stable where I go every weekend.
That's a lot to dump.
That's the thing. I don't know what. I mean, it's honest to God, it's probably 250 pounds. I have to push it by getting on my knees and shove with all my strength to get it into on the concrete to get into the garage.
For a second there, when you said, I have in my garage, I thought we were going to get some kind of thing that the police would be showing up.
I have in my trunk right now. 541. All right, let me get to the Sharon Stone story. This is incredible. Sharon Stone, she wrote a book about this years ago, and now she's revealed on a talk show of some kind the scandal involving a producer and her sex life. Sharon Stone revealed the identity of the producer who pressured her to have sex with her co-star for the first time so that they would be better in terms of getting along together on the set and that he would be a better actor. Sharon Stone is now 66 years old, and Sharon Stone has now revealed the name of the producer. It was Robert Evans. Robert Evans was the producer on Chinatown, The Cotton Club. He was production director at Paramount for The Godfather, The Italian Job, True Grit, The Great Gatsby. And Sharon Stone's next movie after Basic Instinct was Sliver. Her star was Billy Baldwin. And she said they expected me to bring home another giant smash hit. They gave me casting approval. They gave me all these approvals. And then when it came time to do it, they told me it was a vanity deal and I couldn't have anything. They tried to blame me for all their mistakes. It was horrible. The director, the cast, everything else. She said that he called me into his office, the producer, Robert Evans, called me into his office. He had very low 70s, 80s couches. I'm essentially sitting on the floor. He's running around his office in sunglasses explaining he slept with Ava Gardner and that I should sleep with Billy Baldwin because if I slept with Billy Baldwin's performance would get better. And here's what she says about Billy Baldwin. We needed Billy to get better in the movie because that was a problem. And if I could sleep with Billy, then we'd have chemistry on screen and would have sex with him. That would save the movie. And the real problem was with the movie was me because I was so uptight and I was not like a real actress and I could just fark him and then get things back on track. The problem was I was a tight ass. She says, but they were blaming her for everything. And she said, hell, I didn't have to go to bed with Michael Douglas. He came to work. He knew his lines. He hit his marks. He did everything. He rehearsed. He showed up. All of a sudden, I'm the bitch now because I have to blank people in the business? That's what Sharon Stone said because Billy Baldwin was such a bad actor. They were hoping that if she banged him, he'd get out of it. He'd just start working or something.
Well, the Daily Mail has another quote from her. Now, you think if I blank him, he will become a fine actor? Nobody's that good in bed. I felt they could just hire a co-star with talent, somebody who could deliver a scene and remember his lines. I also felt they could blank him themselves and leave me out of it. If it was my job to act and I said so, this was not a popular response. I was considered difficult. And Billy is mad.
Yeah, I'll bet.
Unleashes a furious tirade against Sharon over the sex claims, accusing her of being hurt that he shunned her advances. He's threatening to write a book about the many disturbing, kinky tales that he knows about her. He is the brother of murderer Alec Baldwin, allegedly.
Yeah.
She's 66 years old. She vowed at the time to make him fall so hard for her, according to him.
Wow. So here we go. Again, man, how can you, it's got to be
She
horrible.
never did anything for me. She was too sharp-featured and just not my type.
Well, I thought she was beautiful and sexy. I did. But she's not my type either. But I definitely, if she, she's a beautiful, sexy woman to me. She definitely was, was hot.
She scared the hell out of me in Casino. The way she turned on De Niro and was such a drug thing. The way the drugs took hold of her, that struck home.
Well, tell me about it. Not only that, they're actually somebody else.
All the money she actually got, took from him.
Yeah. Holy cow.
Poor James Woods got his butt beat in that movie.
Yeah, that's going to hurt. 5:45 already. Coming up, we'll talk about the House budget items trying to make the world equity for America. And also, Pete Fudge's husband's going to war with the libs of TikTok. And wait till you hear the commercial or the little sing-along pledge of support for the rainbow people that he has his little warriors doing like the age of 7 or 8 years old. Grooming. That's exactly what it is. Next with Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder.
From the latest breaking news to the conservative voices you know and trust, your best new follow on social media is Extra 1063. We're at XTRA 1063 on Twitter, Facebook, TikTok, Threads, and LinkedIn, and pretty much any social media you scroll through every day. And we drop exclusive giveaways, new daily content, and the latest breaking news from Georgia and across this great nation. Interact with your favorite Extra personalities. Get the latest on our live events and so much more. Follow at Extra 1063 across all your social media and keep up with Atlanta's only conservative voice.
I think it's time to get rid of that old, ugly garage door.
Get rid of it? All it needs is a quick repair. Where's my duct tape and WD-40?
This is Dan Watkins with All Four Seasons Garage and Entry Doors, and let us be the ones to tell you if you need a repair or a replacement. If you have a wooden or uninsulated steel door, a replacement will always pay for itself with energy savings. But if your door is insulated and not very old, put down the duct tape and let us come out to service your door the right way. Head to allfourseasonsgarages.com or give us a call today.
Is this the year you want to grow your business? Do you want to expand your team? Build a new office? Hey, it's Tug, and I want to tell you about First Liberty Building and Loan. Aren't you exhausted by going to lenders, building a relationship, and a week later, you're dealing with a new person? You won't have to with First Liberty Building and Loan. The Frost family has been helping businesses grow since the 90s, and they can help you too. They know the patterns, they know the ebbs and flows, and they know business. Now the Frost family wants to know you. FirstLibertyGA.com. Buying a building, building a building, buying a franchise, or expanding. Reach out and spend 10 minutes with them. See if you're a fit for them and if they're a fit for you. FirstLibertyGA.com. By the way, if you're a young banker and you want to work with a team that's faith-friendly with a culture of excellence, First Liberty might be a good match. Reach out to First Liberty Building and Loan at FirstLibertyGA.com. That's FirstLibertyGA.com.
Hi, I'm Tara, owner and publisher of Our Town Monthly, where you'll find familiar faces, local voices, and community businesses like Seniors Helping Seniors.
Thanks, Tara. I'm Terry, owner of Seniors Helping Seniors. After losing my father, my husband and I wanted to take our experience and help others in the community. Our mission is to create meaningful connections while fulfilling the needs of our caregivers, clients, and their families. Seniors Helping Seniors helps less active seniors stay independent, allowing them to live the life the way they want to in the comfort of their own homes. We offer companionship and socialization, light housekeeping, meal preparation, transportation, doctor's appointments, dementia care, relief for the family caregiver, and more.
We hire active, mature adults who have a better understanding of the aging process. It's like getting a little help from a friend. Please check us out at shsnorthwestatlanta.com.
What a tremendous opportunity that fills a need so many of us can relate to. Friends, reach out. And remember, our town is your town at Our Town Monthly.
Neil Borch here. Maybe you've already taken the steps to improve your health, maybe save your life. You're using a CPAP for your sleep apnea. I've been using one for well over 20 years. So right now I'm here to tell you about a source for CPAPs and CPAP supplies here in the Atlanta area. CPAPs, etc. They're in Alpharetta. They have whatever you need. Roddy and Sharon are your CPAP experts, and they'll ship nationwide. More information, CPAPs.com.
Join A Second Chance Bail Bond CEO Daniel Madelon and host Tug Coward for the weekly radio show Back Your Blue. They will highlight special initiatives, criminal justice programs, and community events aimed at keeping our communities safer. Tune in Saturdays at 10 a.m. to learn some good news about and from the law enforcement and justice communities. This week's guest is Cobb County Sheriff Craig Owens. Tune in on Saturday or find it online at thepodcastpark.com.
No one plans on going to jail, but when it happens, it's important that you know who to call. Call A Second Chance Bail Bonds, where we believe everyone deserves a second chance. Whether your loved one's been arrested in Cherokee, Clayton, or any of the other metro Atlanta counties in between, A Second Chance Bail Bonds works fast to help expedite release within hours. A Second Chance. It's better to know us and not need us than need us and not know us. Call A Second Chance 24/7 at 770-627-3235 or online at atlbail.com.
At a Stones. Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder. Here we go. 1968, baby. Jumpin' Jack Flash. The Stones started recording it. They were using their new producer, Jimmy Miller, in London to record it. And Keith Richards says that he and Jagger wrote the lyrics while staying at Richards' country house, where they were awakened one morning by the sound of their gardener, Jack Dyer, walking past the window. And when Jagger asked what the noise was all about, Richards responded, "Oh, that's Jack. That's Jumpin' Jack."
You want to hear something? Can you play the beginning of this again? Just the beginning guitar things. How do they make his sound? What is he using here? What
Sounds
instrument?
like a fuzz box.
Sounds like a bass of some sort.
What instrument is it?
Like the bass guitar.
Yeah, electric guitar.
Yeah.
It's not electric. And that for years he wouldn't say how he did this. And everyone's trying to copy it. He said he overlaid 17 acoustic guitars over
for that one drum guitar thing
to make it sound like that.
No kidding.
It sounds like a bass guitar, someone just coming down on the neck.
It's a different fuzzy sound. It's almost like a different kind of a fuzz box.
It sounds electric,
or something.
but it's acoustic.
Yeah, I'll
Amazing.
be damned. By the way, I got a couple of sports things here before we go too far.
Oh, by the way,
yeah.
there's a toilet paper spill clogging a highway in California, and the cops are out there literally on their hands and knees.
Toilet paper by the thousands, throwing toilet paper off to the side of the road.
Flush that.
A couple of sports things here, Pete, that we left over on our first few things. Is going to have a whole new format to get my stuff here. 1966, Bobby Hull, Chicago Blackhawks, became the first National Hockey League player to score 51 points in a single season. 1966.
51 goals. 51 points kind of easy.
I know. It says that's but 66. Maybe that's were they high scoring back then?
66. I guess that's may have been.
I don't know whether that's the kind of hockey they played back then.
What was his nickname?
The Golden Flyer. No, the Crap. The Golden.
Not the Golden Crap.
The Golden.
Five.
The Golden Boy. The Golden Boy.
Golden.
No, that was
the Golden Jet.
That was the guy from Notre Dame, the running back.
Paul Hornung.
Paul Hornung is a Golden Boy. He's a Golden what? Jet?
Jet.
Golden Jet.
Golden
there you go. And let's see, one more sports historical moment here. Come on, you dirty stinking thing. Now my phone's not working. Here we go. 1985, Larry Bird, Boston Celtics, scored a club-high 60 points against the Atlanta Hawks. Da-da-da-da-da-da.
He and Dominique would go at it.
Oh,
back
mercy.
and forth.
By the way, let me ask you a sports thing, too. I just heard this today, and I haven't looked it up, so I don't know it's true. The Tyson fight that's coming up, Mike Tyson's, 56 or 61
in his 50s,
or something like that. And the kid's some hotshot new
29
influencer,
maybe.
but he's suddenly
Jake
being
Paul.
a boxer or something like that. I've heard, is it true, or do you know about this, that the fight, whether or not it's officially sanctioned, will apparently use 18-ounce gloves, heavy gloves, and they'll be wearing helmets.
Like sparring helmets?
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Well, what the hell kind of... Who wants to see that?
What do you mean?
I mean, what do you mean? What do I mean? It's like watching... I don't even watch rodeo. When they're doing bareback riding on the bulls, they have flak jackets, helmets, face guards, all that stuff. That's not rodeoing. And hockey play, boxing matches, you don't use freaking headgear, to save your face from getting hit.
They do.
Oh, my God.
In the Olympics, they do. They have a headgear.
Well, then this is not... I'm not...
Is that not boxing?
It's
Olympic
not boxing.
Huh.
Well, I mean, in the Olympics, I suppose it makes sense, for whatever. But still, for professional, I mean, this is nonsense. And by the way, 18-ounce gloves. I mean, it's a big balloon. It's like I'm hitting with a pillow.
Pillow.
I'm sure. And now boxing gloves normally are like 12 ounces, 16 ounces, something like that. 18 means they're like a big balloon on the end of your hand. How much damage are you going to do with that? And hell, bare fist fighting is like 3-ounce gloves just to guard your knuckles and stuff. Anyway, I think it's wrong, and I don't like it. And I'm going to complain about it because they're not doing a thing. And you rodeoers, God, well, I don't want to get hurt. Oh, you don't want to get hurt. Oh.
Big rodeo guy, are you?
Kind of a big rodeo guy. I had my rodeo horse, Shooter, and I punched cows on that thing, and I did rodeo, and in fact, I was a barrel racer. How's that, mister?
My cousin, her kids are champion Southeastern U.S., Mississippi. Their suckers were like 4 or 5 years old out there running around those barrels, and it scared me. It's like they're too young.
Can be her. It can be. My granddaughter Molly is 9 years old, going to be 10 in about 2 weeks, and she's a horse person.
I'm telling you, there's something about being in it's not a tent. It's a big metal thing, but it's open on the sides on a hot July night in Mississippi with all the smells of a rodeo and watching those kids and running around with the horses chasing the calves and the pigs and everything. It's quite an experience.
I'll tell you, when I was retired in Florida where I got Jack and I got Shooter because I took him to rodeos. Jack was not a rodeo horse, obviously, but I would go to all the rodeos we went to, and every single one, every weekend basically, and you would have 4, 5, 6-year-old kids on their own horse, riding their own horse with a little teeny saddle and little teeny stirrups put it way up high, and the horse paid attention to them, and they'd have to kick him and slap him and stuff. And a kid 4, 5, 6 years old on their own horse, on their own, rocking around, can't. I mean, it's unbelievable.
Doing things I would never do.
I mean, it's amazing. 5:56. God, I'm blowing the whole segment. We're going to save this gay thing for tomorrow. Can we save the gay thing for tomorrow?
Okay, please save that.
Yeah.
Please save
Isolated
that.
at 5:56:51.
Well, that's not what I meant. I don't want to save it. I'm not saving it for later. That's not what I meant. I'm not that there's anything wrong with it. Wait a minute. I'm like, cut. Out of context. That's not what I meant.
Little sword fight tomorrow, huh?
Save that for tomorrow.
I'm glad I'm not here tomorrow. That's all I'm saying.
5:57, and I didn't get to the budget, and I got to do this for the gate. I got to save that for tomorrow. Jeez. And by the way, for the record, I have a picture here of the new Porsche. It's a Turbo GT Taycan. It's got 1,000 horsepower, electric 1,000 horsepower. It goes 0 to 60 in 2 seconds. And it costs $230,000 too.
That's I saw him at the
it's
showroom.
A beautiful car, but still, would you want an electric car?
No.
You want a sound? You want guys? I'm a car. You're a car guy. I'm a car guy. You want to hear the damn thing. You want to feel it and hear it. You don't want an electric car.
When I go through the Chick-fil-A line and it growls in first gear, it's the only time it really growls now is when I put it in first gear and I imagine forward, everybody just stops and looks.
Well, when I put my exhaust system into track, if I drive up the parking garage, all the alarms go off. I swear to God. And I said, oops, I don't want to do that anymore. Hey, Flounder, we're almost out of time. I've screwed up the whole freaking day here. I don't know whether they want to read about that thing. I'll get the article to you. Let's do a Flounders Funny as we begin to say, in very short order, it's almost time to mosey on until hump day tomorrow. Flounder,
A little bit about me, born and raised in L.A. Who else?
Really, we bought a select comfort bed. I don't know if you're familiar with it, but each side of the bed has its own number. The higher the number, the harder the mattress. My side of the bed, 100. Marble slab. That's it. Tammy's number's 2. The first night she laid on her side of the bed, she literally disappeared from my view. Mattress wrapped around her like a flour tortilla. Poor thing was sleeping in a fajita on her side of the bed. So I roll over to kiss her goodnight. I fall into a ditch I can't get out of. She's going, get off of me. What are you doing over here? Get off of me. By the way, if you're a newlywed, that's the sound of 32 years of love right there.
Get off of me. Unfortunately, when you're a newlywed, as she says it. Gee, I thought you were telling the truth. All right, look out. It's only me. It's only the Kimmer with Pete and Flounder tomorrow, hump day. Look out, I gotta go, you're killing me. Herp and a herp. Look out.
This is WFOM and W292EV Marietta, a Dickey Broadcasting Station. Locally owned and heard throughout Georgia on the Extra app.